What is happening? We are celebrating victory time here on the Fins tailgate. Let me get out the crazy camera, because I can't be having this happening all day. Finna go down. Dolphins. Wow, guys, what a second half performance from the team. The adjustments on offense, on defense, they never quit. I mean, we've got exclusive Tua in the locker room talking about amping the boys up. Here he is right here.
Get it? There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, hey, Gator don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
Absolutely inspiring halftime speech. He followed it up with letting everybody know that the darkness doesn't consume him.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
What a performance by him, answering the bell and then some. I got some articles out, instant reactions from some people. We'll get into all that. We're going to have some fun. We'll open up a panel, colors hanging in the back. But in the meantime, guys, on your way in, hit the like button. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Get in on the conversation. Make sure you guys are checking out all the great content we have here on the network. Starting every week with Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays, live around 9 or 10. Thursday night, you got color commentary coming at you. You guys can catch them again. And Saturday with coffee and a cup of color in the mornings. Saturday night, Late Night Exhale with Ali, taking us home, crushing it. You guys can also get some cash and tickets on Friday with TFTG every other day and night of the week. Keep an eye out for the clips. Make sure to keep the breaking news, all the good. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Help support the show. Fanatics links in the description. Support the show that way. We got gear all over the place. Both links is in there. If you use TFTG 10 on the website, you can get any and all of this gear for 10% off, and we appreciate the super chats. Also, we got Backroom Collections. Use offer code hashtag TFTG to get 10% off too. Thank you, everybody, getting in here early. What is happening, everyone? I see everyone's super excited. Chat is flying. Russell in here first. Shake, then John, Mob Rule, Niall, what's going on? Carla, Laura, Fins Up, Eps 1 2 3 4, Kenshawn, everybody. You lost. What's up? Listen, guys, just so we're clear, Buffalo fans have already begun the devaluing of us. They're fucking shaking in their boots. They're shaking in their boots. They're worried that they're going to go on Monday night and slip one up to the Titans. Or God forbid they get in a bad dog fight, get banged up, short week, going to go to Miami and sweat your balls off against the Dolphins. Come this time next week, we'll be sitting high and alone, number 1 in the division. Who's with me right now? Who's with me right now? Come get yourself some, Buffalo. Already talking that shit. Coming to take the ass. You know what's funny, too? The Buffalo Fanatics guys really got in at Color for saying that they could be third or last in the division. And if things happen next week, if there is a way where they sit third in this division like that come the end of next week.
I want to see if it's going to make me throw up.
Even if they win tomorrow, they could sit. They're going to be behind us. That's coming. Get used to it, Buffalo. Your shit is done. Try looking through the Dolphins. We're going to walk our way to the playoff. Ain't happening, bro. We coming after that ass. Make sure you shave because we coming after the booty. Coming to get it. Boom! What, Buffalo? What, Buffalo? You know they're scared. Color, come up here. You know they're fucking scared, bro. Did you see what this
forgot I had controls. I was waiting for you to pull me up.
Color, did you see what this offense did? How they responded?
Wow.
This is the bounce back from Tua. I want to be clear, too. And I've made this super clear around here. You guys know I'm very objective. I will pile on and destroy, and I will pile up and defend. Try to stay in the center as best as I can. But this is exactly what we needed to see from him. We needed to see Tua let the dog out, bro.
Yeah,
he had the fucking eye of the tiger.
I got so much to say, Capitan. I really do have a lot to say. It's going to be a busy week.
That's right, Roxy. Shave that ass because we coming to take the booty. Coming to get it.
The first thing that I want to say tonight is thank you, Tua.
Thank you.
That was fun to watch, man.
Thank you, bro.
That was an absolute
Oh, my
gem.
God, bro. That's the performance that makes the franchise connotation stick on a young man. It's games like that that define franchise quarterback.
2 or 3 of those a season is what defines a championship team.
That's what I'm saying right now. You in a season and then 1 or 2 in the playoffs and shit like that. But listen.
That being said, Buffalo, we just showed.
I just want to point out the facts. Okay, the facts are this: defense wasn't playing that great in that first half. Wasn't terrible, but that wasn't the number fucking 3, 5, top 5 defense that I've been accustomed to seeing. How they worked us in some of those play calls. Offense did good marching around. Couple of bad miscues, drop balls, tipped up, interceptions. That was an ugly half by our defense and offense. And they are so good that against Lamar Jackson with a perfect quarterback rating, 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, doing everything he can. And we still beat them.
Yep.
Not overtime. Wasn't this, that, and the third. And I'll tell you what, as we got the ball, a 2-minute warning, and we were down 3 and marched it down, they didn't even seem like, they just fought right through it. That draw play, we called that on the money. This offense shows that they can do this shit again. And I don't want to call it a wrap, but look out, AFC, because we coming after that motherfucking ass, bro. We coming after that ass. Shout out to John Christolakis with the $2 donation. He is him. He is. He shows it again, John, and I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be throwing it down bitch's throat. Not just, listen, I didn't know. I just didn't expect to see it because it had been not there with this type of game. The thing I didn't expect is not the throws that he made, not this. What I was wondering if we're ever going to see out of him was that guy that I saw in his eyes. Someone who inflicted everything on them.
I was absolutely...
He inflicted it.
I was absolutely 100% impressed by something that nobody said yet, and I'm the only one that said it during the game. That is the most relaxed quarterback I've ever seen Tua be. His body language the entire game, even the first half that was crap, okay? It wasn't just the way he approached the line of scrimmage. It was during the play.
Listen, he was dialed in all game.
Absolutely relaxed. And if you go and listen to our commentary for the last week, I told you that's all he needed to do. Was just freaking
Color.
relaxed.
That was more than that, man. That was more than relaxed. It was more than even dialed in. And shout out to Chris. He is him, bro. John Christolakis. He is him. He is him. He is him.
That was the look of a quarterback that knew when he walked into the locker room after the game that he was going to be a winner.
Bro, that was a kid that was a man on the field that day and literally imposed his will on another football team. In a game we had no business being in, we come out with the win. That's what I want to be. That game was all but lost. It was lost. That is overachieving on offense.
Further Capitan's point. Hold on a second. Go ahead with the super chat.
So, Lager Hop says Lamar played like an MVP. Tua was better when it mattered. Killer instinct.
I was just about to say that. Look, guys, this is what Tua overcame today.
He overcame.
Number one, we'll get it out of the way. His own lack of performance in the first half. We'll get that out of the way. Forget it. No big deal. He overcame the very first, right out of the gate, a special teams failure for a touchdown that put him behind the board, a touchdown.
That's right, bro. Think about this. If I would have told you, Color, real quick, let me hold you real quick. If I'd have told you we'd let a special teams kickoff touchdown happen, and Lamar had 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, had over 100 rushing yards, you would equate that to a fucking blowout to this team at any time, at any point. Shout out to Mike McDaniel. Shout out to Tua. These fucking guys got some shit happening.
The third thing Tua overcame was just what you said. He overcame a perfect quarterback who also ripped a 79-yard touchdown run against us. He overcame that.
He is him.
Because I'm not going to let anybody take away from what Lamar brought to the table today.
No, do not dog on Lamar. He did everything to help his team. Tua just took he drank. We went there. Hold on, let me get the purple because I earned it back. Just want to say the purple jacket still lives to fight another year because the colors that Baltimore rocks are my colors now.
This is why you don't dog other people's quarterbacks to bring up your own.
No, you don't have to because Lamar did perfect and Tua superseded perfection with that fucking second half performance. He superseded it. Can there be peace now, John? No, wait, John. There will never be peace in the way you think. But yes, you're right. The lines of where people won't see Tua did something special and did the things everyone's talking about, those motherfuckers will either be quiet or they will point out exactly what their problem is, bro.
You see, John, this might surprise you, okay? And this is going to be follow me on this analogy, okay? John, I'm speaking to you especially. This might surprise you. But I actually believe that in the Matrix movies, Agent Smith was actually the one. Okay? I can get into details one night as to why I think that. Okay? But what we saw today in the fan base.
My colors feel so good when they're winning.
Listen, the third installment of the Matrix when Neo goes to fight Agent Smith at the end. And he goes into the Matrix. And every single piece of software in the Matrix was uniformly an Agent Smith. That's where our fan base is right now because of Tua Tagovailoa's performance today.
Shout out to
falling
in
line, buddy. You are absolutely right. And if you're not falling in line, then you're just simply a hater at this point.
That's right. I don't mean to say fall in line. And shout out to Schwab. He's talking about need to see consistency, and I agree. But the thing that's the thing
this week, this
the
Sunday,
thing is
guys.
This is what I will say. Tua, to me, has proven as a consistent quarterback in the game he plays that we can win football with the way we're playing. Look at no further than the first game. Wasn't his best game, but consistently he wasn't terrible either. He plays his game and has a couple of overachieving games like we had today. you're fucked, AFC.
Right.
You're
so
fucked
since
because
I
this
believe
team
that Agent
is
Smith-
lit up, bro.
And so since I believe, this is where I was getting at, since I believe that Agent Smith was in fact the one, Tua has to be the one. Says it right on his jersey. Says it right on his jersey, people.
Listen, I'm elated because on the contrary of anyone who wants to have any sort of connotations of the fan base and the gatekeeping that goes along and the receipts and who we're going to let in or out, winning Dolphins football with the quarterback we have is the winning ideology for success in the future with this franchise. It's what we wanted. We all wanted Tank for Tua, and you're a liar if you said different. Has there been shortcomings? Did it take time with the healing in his hip? We all gave it. At times, though, I think a little over gaslighting from the franchise and them putting him in poor situations to have lackluster performances created a bad connotation to this. This young man continues his career from what we've seen weeks 1 and weeks 2. This team will always stay competitive and we will stay in football games. And as we just seen today, that young man can win you some. That fourth quarter performance is a record-breaking type of fucking deal. The Dolphins have never come down to win a game down 21 points.
And to answer Epps' question, great question. What can Josh Allen do to us that Lamar didn't? I'll wait.
That's right. What is Josh Allen and the Bills going to do that they didn't do on offense today?
To answer your question, Epps, nothing. Because you can't get a 158.4.
Lagerhop says, it's DNA. I've seen Tua put the team on his back, winning a state championship against a better team in high school, down 21 points. You know what, Lagerhops? And that was the thing I erred on in my assessment of Tua over Herbert, was I thought when it mattered most that Herbert would shrink in those moments and Tua wouldn't, and I would see the guy I seen tonight. And right now I feel affirmed in my assessment, because I was literally just saying, I want to say it was EM on the phone the other day. I was like, bro, I don't even like looking at Herbert because I was so wrong in what I thought Tua was going to supersede him in as an NFL player up to that point. Now, this is a couple days ago, that I don't even like looking at Herbert. And I don't like people dogging Herbert. He does some good shit. But today is the affirmation to my assessment of him when we got him, that this kid was going to show up big when it was hardest, chips down. He's going to fucking do things to make it happen. And let's not get it twisted. Offensive line blocked great second half, but Tua did great things. Did you see him climb in the pocket in that fourth quarter, pushing the ball downfield? I ain't seen him just fucking light it up like
guess
this.
What?
It was so fucking
Somebody's
good.
already asking the question.
It was so good.
Or somebody's already making the statement that defense needs to be more consistent. Well, guess what? Did you notice how the defense got more consistent?
The defense fixed the woes, bro.
Off in the second half?
Bro, did you see the energy the defense got from the offense on the plays? Did you notice the swing that happened? They became invigorated. They're like, hey, I'm going to go out here and sacrifice my bodies and limbs for better football play because my offense is out there doing stuff. And that's why this works. Complimentary football at its best. At its best.
And except for one time, every time our defense got the ball back for Tua, he answered it, except for one time. So I'll give credit where that's due. Here's another thing.
Pat's Nation trying to do it.
Here's another thing. Not only did we score in the third quarter, but we scored on our first drive out of the half.
So I want to address Pat's Nation
everything
right now. 31st ranked defense, but third string corners starting. You guys are idiots thinking this is new. Listen, bro, you didn't watch the fucking game. Let's be real. Pat's Nation. Their D plan on how they bracketed everybody and hit the deep zone spots took away what we wanted to do. They really did. You have no idea the second half adjustments that came in. And I mean, bro, we spanked you and didn't even play good last week. Who are you even fucking talking about?
It was Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys were both on the field.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. They had their guys in there. Only guy that was out today was Kyle Fuller. Listen, take your small victory over fucking the Steelers with their quarterback situation right now. I don't even want to fucking hear it,
bro.
And
we already beat your 31st ranked defense last week.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Headpins, shout out for the donation.
Take that to the Jets panel.
So, listen, yeah, I agree, Headpins. We still got work to do for next week, but this is the type of wins that, I mean, listen, guys. everyone realistically was looking at the first 4 games, and we realistically felt, hey, 2-2 would be great. You know what I'm saying? We're already 2-0. That's just a fact. And the way I feel about the Buffalo Bills coming up now, compared to how this team just played, we look at the overall tape of these two first games. I'm sorry, Buffalo's in deep trouble. They're going to come on a short week after playing Monday Night Football to Miami. And this ain't no team that's going to be laying down. This is not a team that lays down. They don't shrink in the moments. Shout out to McDaniel, bro.
Yourself, what happens if we don't give up the touchdown on special teams? What happens if we don't leave a whole bunch of meat on the bones in the first half?
Yep.
What happens then? Are we talking 8 touchdowns? I mean,
Listen,
come on.
I will say this. The offense came out hot. They got lucky and made a play, all right? The offense came out hot. They got lucky and made a play. After that, their defense made in-time adjustments in the half, and their offense made adjustments in the half, and they already had a lead, and they played like it, and we suffered for it in the first half. We came back out the half and made adjustments, and that defense held them again and again, and the offense capitalized. That was complimentary football, sound football, and Tua did extra things in the moments that won us the football game, not all on his own, but damn, bro, that was the type of performance that we needed to see from this young man. We needed to see it, and I'm proud of him for doing it. I can't fucking be happy enough. And Bills fans are shaking, Sal. They are. You know it is. They already coming at me on Twitter talking about how, oh, this guy said this guy said that because of how the Fanatics clipped us. Guess what? When we sit atop the division this time next week, first of all, the shit talk between us and the Bills is going to fucking be done for. It'll never stop. I will. Don't even play with me right now, Bills. You fucking suck, dude. Get out of here. Go lose to the Titans tomorrow, you fucks.
Oh boy, if they lose tomorrow night, oh my god.
If they
pressure's on them,
lose,
that's all I know.
That's all I know.
That's why Buffalo fans are reeling right now in the back of their minds, because they know
the pressure's on them. The pressure is on them, and they fucking know it. Shout out to Lager Hop. Defense won first, offense won second, both for the third. I got you. Listen, that's Lager Hop is on the money. We're going to come out on both sides of the ball, sharp as attack, and it's going to stay that way. Buffalo's going to be reeling, and Tua's going to fucking play like he played in that fourth quarter in the meat of the game. Come by the end of the fourth quarter, we're going to be trotting out fucking Teddy Bridgewater to close out that series because we're going to be so far up on that ass, boy. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
And to Dolphin Don's point, which I was just about to make, the Titans ain't nobody you want to go face on Monday night when you got the Dolphins' performance against the Ravens in the back of your head. That's all I'm saying. Pressure's on them.
And
we laid down our gauntlet, buddy. We laid down our gauntlet.
I seen in I think it was the Miami Herald totally stole colors saying for our wide receivers in their headline. He called Hill and Waddle a McLaren and a Maserati. I think Color's been calling them a McLaren and a Maserati for fucking months now. Took them a little while to catch on. They're not so much like the big guys. Hey, did you guys all notice on a lot of the other games the guys on the sidelines wearing the fucking purple on the sidelines out there? I seen 3 sideline reporters out there wearing purple trying to jock my shit. Trying to jock my shit, bro. Fuck out of here, dog. Get out of here trying to jock my shit, bro. What the fuck?
Oh,
come on, Johnny.
Did the king authorize you to take that off one of our enemies after the battle today?
Who? Tua?
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you're supposed to run all tribute, all booty through the king's approval. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, I'm my own king. Let me make that clear. I takes the booty. That's number one. And I don't ask permission for shit. I always ask forgiveness. That's how I always err on that. But I put the purple back on in celebration to the colors kept unvarnished, unfucked with for another season. Long gone are the days when the Ravens are the team on the schedule we're looking at and thinking, damn, that's a L for whatever reason, no matter what team we trot out there. No more, bro. No more. And it ain't because their quarterback didn't do what he needed to do. It's because ours did what he needed to really get done. And he fucking elevated this offense to a whole new level. Sal says, Al Capitan, you're off the hook tonight. Ravens getting killed for the biggest choke job in years. See, bro, Sal. I don't want to hear that, dog. How you finna say that, man?
Let's just hope you all don't choke like you did against the Jags and the Patriots last year.
Come on, Johnny. Don't even play me with that, dude. Don't even play me with that. I don't even want to hear it. Listen, first of all, I had us winning. I think it was right before the game. I said 24-26, something like that, or 26-21, whatever it would end up being. No way in hell did I see it coming into a shootout.
Yeah, the only one that predicted a loss was Batman.
Batman did predict the loss, but I think Batman predicted the loss because he's being fucking real. I mean, you can't be wrong to predict a loss in that situation. But
well, even I didn't predict a loss.
No, I'll never predict a loss, and I'm predicting an early win against the fucking Bills right now. Sorry, Bills, but we finna walk away number 1 in the AFC East, and the fucking Bengals don't scare nobody these days. The Bengals don't scare nobody these days, giving up 7 sacks on average a fucking game. What is wrong with these motherfuckers? So, looking pretty good, Dolphins fans. That type of performance from the offense, from the team, from the coaching staff. I was reeling on Boyer a little bit. I was not happy with the way he was, leaving Howard man-to-man alone on the side, which you should. That's the only guy you can. But having no underneath help or nothing, they burned us on that slant route, and he just took the angle. I mean, damn, dude.
You
Let's
guys
go,
want to hear a
Dolphins.
little treat?
Yeah. What's up?
There are only 2 teams that are 2-0 in the AFC.
That's right.
The Chiefs
Let them know.
And the Miami motherfucking Dolphins.
That's right. That is right. We'll see what happens with the Bills, but the Bills are going to be 1-1. They're going to drop it right now. It's coming. It's happening. It's a done deal. Bills are done for.
Yeah,
so
I mean, where's the game at, by the way?
I don't know. Wherever the Bills decide to lose.
I don't know. Tannehill will do all right. They got a defense that can shut down Josh Allen.
So, David Wilson put out an article through the Miami Herald, and it says the 10 craziest stats from the Dolphins' wild comeback from behind win in Baltimore. So, didn't even read this, but I was like, ooh, give me some crazy stats. I'm sure some of them we've already gone over, but I am interested to see. So, Miami Dolphins, stunning 42-38 come from behind win against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday was one for the record books. The Dolphins' top 2 wide receivers putting together dueling stat lines unlikely any other in NFL history. Their quarterback put together a performance to match legends like Dan Marino. The comeback itself was rare, storming back from a 21 down in the 4th quarter for the first time in more than a decade. These 10 stats will help sum up Miami's crazy win at MT Bank Stadium, which we just took a massive withdrawal from, and we're not paying back. The Dolphins' 21-point 4th quarter comeback was the first in the NFL in 12 years. Since 2010, teams had lost 711 in a row while trailing 21 in the 4th quarter before Miami railed past the Ravens in Baltimore. Wide receivers Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle became the first pair of teammates ever to reach or each have at least 10 catches, at least 150 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns in the same game. Tyreek Hill had 11 for 190 and 2 touchdowns. Waddle had 11 for 170 and 2 touchdowns. Now, the record will be put for a long time because it'll be, yeah, you might got 150 between 2 guys and 2 touchdowns, but did you get 170? So that record will even stand beyond someone matching it because really it sits at 170. Hill and Waddle are also the first pair of Dolphins to have 150 yards in the same game since 1986 when Clayton and Duper did it. Hill joins Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice as the only players in Super Bowl era with 4 games of 10-plus catches with 150-plus receiving yards and 2-plus receiving touchdowns. They've had 4 games of that. Tyreek Hill's a fucking killer, bro. Tua Tagovailoa joined Dan Marino as the only Miami Dolphins to ever throw for at least 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in a single game. Quarterback finished 36 of 50 for 469 with 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The 2 interceptions at the time looking terrible, but now are all but meaningless because of the overcoming play in the second half. I added that last part just in case you didn't know. Tagovailoa is now the 6th active player to throw for 6 touchdowns in a single game, joining quarterbacks Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Mitchell Trubisky. Wow, and Nick Foles threw for 6 touchdowns? Holy shit. Mitchell Trubisky threw for 6 touchdowns? Wow. When the fuck did that happen? Tagovailoa is also the second youngest player since 1950 to throw for 450 yards and 6 touchdowns in a single game, only behind Mahomes. 6 touchdowns. His 6 touchdowns were the most in a single game since Mahomes in 2018. For the second straight week, Tagovailoa leads Miami to a win against Super Bowl winning coaches and now has won 8 of 9 in his career against championship winning coaches. It's the best record in NFL history for a quarterback who has started at least 6 games against such coaches. Did you fucking hear that, Color? That is a tidbit right there for Tua fans that are want to just jam it down some people's throat. Use this statistic. For the second straight week, Tua is 8 of 9 in the games against championship-winning coaches. That's the best record in NFL quarterback history in games where people have gone at least 6 or more. So no one has a better record against championship-winning coaches.
Wow.
Number
By the
10.
Way, real quick, Cat, on your camo
it did?
advisor is showing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what keeps happening to it. Keep an eye on the chat for any super chats in case I miss them.
Sure.
Color. I hope you are. I think somebody put a super chat in there. Yeah, right here. Lone. Thank you, Lone, for the super chat. Says Ravens are just that bad. Stop the what? Come on, bro. No way,
No,
dude.
appreciate the donation, Lone, but I will have to say that earlier you had said that Tua would regress to the mean next week. And I actually beg to differ. I think today was actually
Today is the day where he starts ascending.
To the mean.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is a ceiling type game, and I think this is the type of ceiling type game that pushes his ceiling further.
I know it sounds like an oxymoron because it looked like progression, but it was actually regression to the mean, given that we're 0-4 in Baltimore, and given all of the stuff that we're talking about that Tua, has on paper with the whole beating these championship teams, whatever else. We haven't put a 40 burger on somebody in God remembers how long. What we saw today was regression to the mean because we knew we could do it. For years we've known this is the type of team we have.
So
or at least can have.
Just so people want to say, is this the growth into or deny or not want to know or whatever? Put it this way, and this is the last thing. Tagovailoa connected on 3 deep passes today, which are defined by next-gen stats as touchdown passes that traveled at least 20 air yards. He's only had 3 up to this point for 20-plus air yards, and that includes the one last week. So he's thrown 4 touchdown passes for over 20 air yards this year, when he's only thrown 2 in the last 2 years. This kid is ascending. And that's all I want to hear from now on. It is done. The stats, the fucking wins, and that motherfucking performance tells me as such. Will it continue? I don't know. But I will not allow it to be, not said. It's a fact. He has changed. He looked better. We saw him you saw him in practice. We were watching his throwing motion. It's all that stuff was looking much better from him. The connections and the timing are getting there. And now, dude, listen, Mike McDaniel and this coaching staff, I feel so good about this team right now that, hold on, let me fix this, I can't wait to look at the all-22 film because I'm going to tell you how it's going to go. I'm going to look at the first half, and I'm going to see where the defense was failing. I'm going to see where Tua threw a couple of bad balls. I'm going to see where there was a ton of fucking missed catches that hit people in the hands. Just ugly stuff that I seen. And then I'm going to say to myself, they need to make these adjustments to get back in this football game, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's what it's going to be, bro. That's what. Exactly. If you want to know the difference in this football team, the adjustments are being made. And Tua's making them faster in the game and acting on it. This is what the progression and growth looks like. Because he's always made good adjustments and finally started getting his timing and adjustments in the fourth quarter. He's always been a pretty good fourth quarter quarterback. I'll give him that. This is so much more.
And don't forget, Capitan, as I said before the game all week, it's hard to make certain judgments at quarterback. Or, like, let's say, look at the half we had. Yeah, we can sit here and, this is what went wrong. This is what needs to get better, blah, blah, blah. But first of all, it did get better. And secondly,
I'm not scared to play devil's advocate.
Well, secondly, look, we have to remember it was in Baltimore. What happened in the first half is to be expected. It's how you respond to it in somebody else's house. And we just put up 42 points in Baltimore.
Color 20. We put up 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter after dropping one on the first play of the game.
Yeah.
First play of the game,
Color. There wasn't no defensive touchdowns. There wasn't no running touchdown. There was 6 touchdowns from our offense. We put up 42 points in somebody else's house when they benefited from being in their house for the
Color. I think I'm gonna go to the butcher
Buffalo
and get some bison.
To be reeling.
I'm gonna go to the butcher and get me some bison meat and make some bison burgers. It's a done deal. I'm gonna make it happen. Yes, somebody important. It tastes good. It's good. It's like a lean burger is what it is. It's like a lean burger. Yeah, you can good and good for you.
Like Utah, Arizona,
and Chris, Greg
Colorado.
Little, I haven't looked at the tape. I don't want to fucking crown him, but I can only assume that, yes, he has been an upgrade because I was told before week 1 by people I trust around the thing that Greg Little was playing out of their mind and that they liked him a lot. And when he didn't see him in the preseason till the last game, it was because they wanted Austin Jackson to show them more, and he didn't. So, yes, Greg Little, I feel good. And this is probably the best thing for Austin Jackson. Take time, get reps, be there when it comes time and Greg Little's banged up or they got to come in relief for Armstead. It'll be Austin Jackson coming in back inside there. This is the best situation to be in. I'm elated, guys. This is a great moment.
And Lone, you can say whatever you want, bro. Lamar had a perfect passer rating, and he wasn't playing from behind the entire game.
Nope.
You can't bring up the Jets' performance and say, Ravens are a trash team. No, they're not. Tua just defeated a quarterback with a perfect passer rating at halftime. How are you going to, in his own house?
You can't, bro. This is why we talk about that color. I don't like measuring down. I like measuring up. That's where I want my quarterback to be, to elevate. I don't want to look at what Burrow did with the turnovers and the sacks and go, well, Tua did better than that. No, I want to look at a guy like Lamar who played an all-perfect game damn near, and it didn't matter, even though my quarterback threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah. I mean,
he overcame.
I'll accept somebody saying, oh, that's only one time. Okay, fine. But no, I'm not going to accept somebody saying that was a mid-performance and we scored 42 points on the Baltimore Ravens in their own house when their quarterback has a perfect passer rating.
What's sad for Baltimore fans?
Ripped one off for 79 yards without even being touched.
Listen, for all you guys that don't know, Baltimore fans on Twitter, not so much on YouTube because I didn't check it, but Baltimore fans were all in the Twitter spaces, just blah blah blah, and they were going at Tua. They were going at Tua, and they were going at Tua hard as a mofo. And to be honest, we defended him as best we could, but there's not a lot to stand on. Tua today clapped that booty so good against Baltimore that I can stand on this type of performance and go at anybody for any amount of time. Be like, listen, whatever you can say what was, I know what is, because a performance like that changes shit. And I don't want, we need to come together, Dolphins fans, because when Tua puts this same type of performance together and this Dolphins team beats Buffalo next week, it's on to the most painfully to tolerate off fucking fan base of all time.
Yeah.
We are going to unify as a fan base where people don't even want to get involved in our own conversations with ourselves. There will be unity beyond a belief that every fan base that gets to go against us will never be able to compete with the product on the field and the social media attack on the outside. It is going to be fucking epic, bro. It's going to be fucking epic.
Y'all are confused by what I'm saying. The reason I don't feel the need to apologize.
I apologize for nothing, color.
No,
ever.
it's because hold on. It's because I'm still not a believer. I'll tell you what I believe in now. I believe Tua can do what he did today. When he does it again, I'll believe that he can do it twice. When he does it a third time, I'll believe he could be
I'll believe he's our fucking franchise dude.
He can do it at will.
Yep, that's right. Tua. Listen, and that's something I want to point out, color.
We got 2 games.
We've already proven.
It'll prove that.
We've already proven that Tua not having a game like he did is good enough for this football team to rack up wins. When we need some extra juice out of our squeeze, out of our quarterback in this offense, Tua's proven he can do that now.
Yep.
He solidifies that in.
As far as what I believe, I'm sorry, Chris DeLagas might think I'm backpedaling, but as far as what I believe Tua has the ability to replicate that performance against Buffalo this week. I do believe that.
I do too. I do too.
Tua made me believe that today.
You know why? You know why I believe it? I'll email you in just a second, Brandon, the bookie, get you up here.
It's because Tua just demonstrated he can.
No, even the demonstration. Listen, we can even look and do this. It wasn't the throws. It wasn't even the amazing climbing in the pocket. When he took that helmet off and I seen who he was in that moment, I got goosebumps right now. I go, oh, fuck, there it is. There it was. The look on the face when the light clicks and you're about to go time. It's do or die. I will kill. It will never stop.
They're trying every angle, Cap. They're trying every angle. Guess what? The Super Bowl runner-ups are 0-2. What's that mean?
I'm gonna drop the link in a second, guys, and bring some people up. I'm gonna bring up Brandon the bookie first.
The Super Bowl runner-ups are 0-2 and lost to the Dallas Cowboys with Cooper Rush today. What are you trying to say, Sal?
Bro, come on, bro. I don't even want to hear it. Bengals just lost to some guy that I don't even know. He owns a lunch truck before the season. That's his real job. I mean, let's be real, bro. The Bengals, I'm chalking up on a W. I don't want to look through anybody, but I don't give a fuck, dude. They ain't got no chance against this Dolphins defense and
by
this
the way,
motherfucking
Pats
offense.
Nation, while you were busy watching your team lose last week, you missed the fact that actually, in fact, overall in the rankings, the Miami Dolphins are number 2 and the Buffalo Bills are number 3 in defense. So why don't you pay attention to what's actually going on while you're busy watching your team lose?
They don't listen. I don't expect everyone to be educated and smart, Color, and that's okay. And not a dodge at you, Pats Nation, but let's be real. You're a far cry from the Patriots were before, and you're one loss. So, I mean, dude, you squeaked out a win against a team without J.J. Watt. Questions at their quarterback still, and you barely fucking. What'd you do? Put up 17
see what Derrick
points
Henry
today.
does to the Bills defense tomorrow night.
Tua put up 17 points in like 10 minutes of game time in the second half at some point. What's up, Brandon the bookie? What's going on, buddy?
Oh man, what a fucking day! What a day!
I know, right, Brandon?
Listen, I want to go ahead and say,
apples, bro.
dude, I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, I hopped in a little bit during halftime, and I gotta say I didn't get to say it before I logged off while everybody was talking, but I was gonna say, man, you looked at Tua, the body language, the way things were going. I was like, do you really think that he's got it in him, that he's gonna sit here and bring us back? He proved me wrong. I'm the first one. I have not been a Tua lover from the beginning, but this was a moment. This was a moment, and it wasn't just Tua. It wasn't just Tua, but Tua did what he had to do today to not just, he's not going to swing everybody. I'm not 100% bought in full time on him, but just that it's been we're in year 3 now. I mean, it's still early on, so I'll say it's been 2 full years, basically, almost, with all the games. And I've always said, point to the game, point to the moment, point to the.
You're
fourth
so
quarter
right, Brandon. He did more for his teammates than he ever did for the fans, bro. Today,
he really did, man. He met his guys and did something for them. I gotta believe they affirmed. They affirmed it, man. He did.
Well, this team, I mean, dude, you're on the road. First road game. Yep. You got a rookie head coach. What do? You kick it off and you let them go for 7 right off rip.
Right off rip, bro.
Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, but not ideal, right? And then before you know it, you're throwing some picks. They're scoring. You can't even get a single punt out of the Ravens offense the entire first half.
So Dolphins Realtor, thanks for the comment. Dolphins Realtor suggests that we all sub to the Fins tailgate because our perceptions have been spot on.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Thank you,
I was
Dolphins
going to say,
Realtor.
though, the fact that everything in the first half, I mean, was just, it wasn't 100% ugly, but, man, you can't do those things on the road and expect to win. And then we got to halftime. Like we all said, we saw some adjustments, but I mean, a lot of it was, like I said earlier, Ravens defense started getting a little gassed. You saw it midway through that third and then going into the fourth. And anybody can say, oh, well, they're down some corners, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They're at home. They had the lead. They had everything going their way. And the fact that they took advantage as a team of the weaknesses, that is a huge thing.
They made the adjustments, bro, and they got
This is the NFL.
They maneuvered themselves with the momentum and never let up. And the defense started feeding off the big plays the offense were doing, and it never stopped. Shout out to Lager Hops. Tua is 10-1 since back from his injury, bro. What a fucking stat.
And listen, how easy would it have been, and you almost couldn't have blamed it, but to get a little conservative when we got in field goal range, when we're down to the final minute, and you're like, hey, let's just get it to overtime. This is crazy. We've got momentum. Let's see if we can win this in overtime.
Hey, Brandon,
didn't take our foot off the pedal.
Hey, Brandon, see, Bryson's proven my point. His perception is that we've been talking down Tua for months.
No.
Who's got more subs?
I don't know what that
means. I rest my case, Bryson. Maybe it's your perception of what people are saying that's the wrong. Maybe did you ever think of that?
So I don't know. Bryson's come up here quite a bit, so I don't hang on Bryson.
Yeah, I know.
So much,
that's why I believe. That's why
Bryson,
that's why I expect better in him because he knows better than what
Bryson,
he's saying.
You know for a fact I will dog on when it's time to dog on, and I will build a wall to defend.
Guess what else we've been saying, Bryson? Guess what else we've been saying? We've been saying he needed to do all the things he freaking did today to win.
He did it. Well,
So
to
whose
win, he
perception
doesn't.
is
Well,
wrong?
well, let me make that clear. He's proven that he can win games the way we did week 1. He needed to prove, and Mike McDaniel too, and he talked about this, a game in adversity. I'm excited to see how I will respond, and the guys. I mean, really, both of them in this game proved a lot. First of all, Mike McDaniel proved himself a leader of men for these guys to not allow themselves to hang their heads, and a fucking great coach to get this offense in order and fucking get this defense in order in a hostile environment, in a place, in a game we didn't have business being in, and to turn it around.
Exactly. And Bryson, where do you think I drew my hope from? If you
Well,
think
hope is good.
You think you're going to win this, but you're not.
Shout out to Pats Nation. Shout out to Pats Nation with the $5 donation. Joe Flacco just dropped 5 touchdowns on a stout Ravens defense. Oh my God, generational AFC East champs. So, Pats Nation, I don't care about what had happened. I care about what I just seen had happened. Okay? And what didn't a fidna go is that we were in a game fighting back after dropping a touchdown on special teams coming out of the half, in which case their offense was marching on our defense time from time, and it just wasn't handling it. I don't know what else to say, bro. I mean, in a second half, they scored 5 touchdowns to win a game, bro.
You want to know how?
And Bryson, I'm going to disengage now because I'd rather you be an asshole to the Buffalo fans, not me. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
listen,
Bryson.
I want to
to
say I don't. I mean, listen, it was an incredible performance, but I don't think a lot of people understand just how improbable the win was. I saw a stat that since 2008, I believe it was, teams that are down 21 plus
I just
points
read it.
going into the fourth quarter. Yeah.
711 straight. 711 straight.
And no. We did it on the road.
On the road
On
against
the
the
road.
fucking.
And this-
Listen, it ain't no chump fucking coach
say
on the
what
other
you
end
want.
over there either.
No.
That's a Super Bowl winning coach that knows how to scheme, bro.
That's a former MVP quarterback. You've got
Are you
a
fucking
probably
kidding me,
top
bro?
5-7 coach in the
Woo.
league. And you're in a hostile. I mean, this is a very well-run franchise in Baltimore.
Kyle, I love them. I welcome them. I welcome them. They're always good sports. I enjoy the trash talk. They never get dirty in the fucking deal. They never get dirty. It is healthy trash talk. I appreciate all you
That's
Bills.
what makes football great.
It does, man, but they don't
That's
take
what
it
makes it
beyond where they come out and they're fucking doing shit like that. I don't like that other stuff, that nasty talk or racism shit or anything like that.
No,
it's
but
good.
Healthy trash talk.
Good,
is
healthy
what
trash
makes-
talk because we
that's
in
what
for a
makes the
whole week
wins
of it, bro.
And the losses
Ooh,
feel so great or so
can
terrible.
you guys imagine Buffalo drops one tomorrow night? The shit
Listen.
talking will never stop,
And
bro.
if you've
Ooh.
watched around, I mean, Vegas with their loss today, I mean, all the AFC teams and the teams we thought we were going to be battling.
Yeah, Dolphin
wild
Don.
card
I was
spots.
thinking about that, bro. I was like, Flacco threw 5 fucking touchdowns? Damn, I didn't remember that. No, Dolphin Don's right. Flacco threw 1 touchdown and an interception at 307 yards. What the hell are you talking about, Pats Nation?
That's,
What are you talking about?
That's a little off, ain't it?
That's a way difference than 5 fucking touchdowns, bro. What you mean? I was like, damn, dude, they scored that much? I thought it was only like 20 to fucking 3 or some shit. That's what I thought the score was. You mean Lamar threw fucking 3? I mean, listen. Don't try to devalue what this team did, what Tua did. You can't do it. I
Listen,
won't allow
and
it.
what
I
we
won't
did- and
allow
what-
it, bro. I won't allow the devaluing of Tua and Mike McDaniel's offensive performance. It's not happening.
This is great. This is a great day. A great day for Dolphins history. I mean, this is as great as it gets. But in all honesty, this don't mean shit when they come back to work on Tuesday.
No,
And
no.
a veteran team, and I believe the coach is going to be, I hope the coach is going to have everybody realize it, that, listen, Baltimore is a hell of an opponent. But Buffalo is going to be a different animal.
Well, look
It's
at it like
not
this.
gonna be-
Look at it like this, Brandon. The performance against the Patriots needed to be upped. The performance against the Ravens was upped. that second half, the way
Well, I
the
saw
team played,
improvement. Did you see improvement from
big
game 1 to game 2?
big improvement.
Not just
big
not
improvement.
I was gonna say not just the final result.
Well, listen, no, even in the first half,
the offense.
Even in the first half, the offense was moving swimmingly.
Yes.
Other than a couple times and
couple mistakes.
Couple of bad mistakes, couple of drop balls.
We were moving the ball pretty much at will majority of the game.
That we were. We were moving.
And that's great. And that's what you need.
Guess what, guys?
Yeah.
I just pulled up the list right now, player stats 2022, NFL.com. Okay.
The 2 leading receivers in the league,
Nope.
Hill and Waddle.
Nope. Tua Tagovailoa now in 2 games.
Number 1 in the NFL.
With 739 passing yards is the number 1 quarterback in yardage thrown right now as we speak.
Ooh, you hear that, boys? Oh, man. Listen, I got to be honest. Even week 2, I would have never expected the Dolphins to have the number 1 fucking passer in the league right now, bro. Come on, Johnny.
Wait a minute, guys. Here's where you can really look at the passing percentage now as accuracy, okay? He had 50 attempts today.
Yeah, he did.
Okay? Yeah. Coupled with last week's, 40-something?
Well, hold on real quick before you even start making that. I'm taking a shot of 5 dropped footballs.
Okay,
5 dropped.
Hold on. He is 5th in the league in attempts with 83, yet has a 71% completion rate. That is accuracy, people.
Woo!
Period. When you're talking about an 83 pass sample size, or with 59
and I believe
completions,
wasn't his yard per attempt today at 13 or something?
Overall, with the 2 games, it's 8.9. I don't see today's because I'm not looking at the daily. But here's the thing. Remember, I said he's 5th in attempts, right? Everybody under him, there's 4 guys under him. The highest completion percentage of those 4 guys is 65.5.
Yeah. Still great numbers.
That's accuracy.
We're in the
that
70s.
is a way. That is the proper way to use a stat like percentage to express accuracy. Not this dropping quarters in a bucket bullshit that we've been saying for the last 2 years.
It's the frustrating about, I would probably say 5 to 7 plays, and he got bailed out. He should have been picked off again today. He had another one that he got lucky on, and sometimes when he's going down for a sack, he throws the ball and it goes a little wild. I mean, every once in a while, you're either going to get it picked off or it's going to slip out your hand for a fumble. There's some things he's still got to clean up. But what we saw today and having 2 alphas out there at wide receiver.
Roberto with the $2 donation, Tua had a better game than Al Bundy.
That ain't easy to do. That's legendary.
Nah, hell no, bro. That's fucking legendary.
Wait a minute now. Fair enough, though. That's why we got to see it twice and a third time because, we don't want him sitting there with Peg 20 years from now going, remember that game I had?
Listen, the Bills fans are in full force, man. They're coming out, MB41 making an appearance as well. You're scared, bro. Don't act like you guys ain't scared, man. Bills Mafia is shaking in their boots. They were so quick to jump all over us at halftime. On my Twitter, they were like, these fools said that they were going to be the best. The Bills were going to be 3rd in the division. They're down this and this. And then I went back and said, oh, that tweet didn't age well. And now they're going to be like, oh, we're coming out. You're going to lose. But they're so scared. They're so scared. And you know what? I would be too because where your fucking lineage lies is it's with failure. So, and now that the one thing we needed on this football team to not just beat you, but become your daddy, just happened today in the second half. And if Daddy comes out there again,
the second performance though.
If Tua Daddy comes there again, he'll be saying, I love you, Daddy, just like he did to his doggies. All right, oh man, it's gonna be fucking good. Yep. Quivering in fear right now, MB41. That's a little bit of honesty. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, it was a huge moment for the whole team. Tua for sure, he needed it for confidence. But we've got to follow it up. I'm not going to say he's going to go out there and throw for damn near 506 touchdowns, nor do I, expect that. I would take it, but I don't expect that. But man, we've got to be on our P's and Q's next week, man, because we're playing against,
Ooh, let's go for Ryan Tannehill. Let's go Ryan Tannehill tomorrow, boys. Woo!
I know, right? We got 2 games tomorrow, right? Yeah.
If the Jets and Patriots win next week, as well as the Dolphins win against the Bills will be in last. If they lose tonight, they'll also be in last place in the division. So just let that sink in, Bills fans. Color will have been right come week 4 start if a few things happen over the next couple of days. Just saying. So don't come at us saying, oh, he's last in the division, saying we don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about you guys making good on what Buffalo fans are. Failures.
Yep.
Failures.
In a quick Brandon the Bookie tally, last week was 5-3 I ended with. So far this week, week 2 of the NFL, and we've got some of the college picks. If you add it up, right now I'm sitting at 5-4, still plus money. So, and we also said the Miami money line. We like that. So,
hey, I'm gonna throw
got some plus on that,
and I'm gonna throw the Fanatics a bone, okay? And because this is way too early, this is a way too early projection because it's only 2 games, and Brandon Bookie would correct me on that if I was trying to be serious here, okay?
All right.
But
Let's hear it. I like color. This is color out on a limb. I love it.
In 2 games, I just did the math. In 2 games, Tua is on pace. You want to hear it? 6,282 yards.
Listen, John Christolakis put that in the chat. Didn't you see I posted it?
Oh, I missed it. Thanks, John. Sorry.
I've got a poll. I've got a poll right now going. 60 votes so far. How many yards Tua will have? It was 38 plus, 4,000 plus, 42 plus, or 44 plus. Right now, 4,400 plus yards is leading 30, just edging out over 4,000 passing yards with 32%. So we'll see where it ends up once it gets about 100, 150 votes on that thing. We'll check it out.
And a quick reminder for the 2 games tomorrow. I got Tennessee. I locked them in at plus 10 over Buffalo. And I took Minnesota. I took the points there at 2.5. So let's see how we end the week off. But so far, if you do a running tally, it would be 10-7 for the 2 weeks as of right now. So you followed the picks, you made some money.
Shout out to the guys from On the Fin side. What's up? What a win, guys. Am I right? What a win, Paul. What a friggin' win. What a win.
By the way, Brandon, I did, obviously that 62-82 is foolish to think at this point, this early out. However,
yeah, come on, bud. Man,
I took that projection, okay, and I averaged it with last year's pace for Tua, which ended up being 32-84 if he'd have played all 17 games, right? And I averaged those 2, and we're looking at 4,783 yards for this season.
Scummy
That's
says
a fair projection.
Scummy says TMZ reported that the Ravens secondary all placed bets on a halftime Miami winning the game. Story developing.
Right. So just for the fun of it, guys, I'm gonna predict this far out that Tua throws for 4,700 yards.
47 will be a hell of a season. Absolutely.
MB41.
No, but I took you all through how I came up with that, so I'm not just being a honk. You know what I mean?
MB41, that was a good trash right there. I gotta hand it to him. He said Josh Allen just watched his children take his first steps. How cute. That was pretty good, MB41. I gotta hand it. That was pretty good.
Earlier, bro, Maston told me that make sure that Tua has the house clean for Allen when he comes next week, right? And I came back with, don't worry, I'll let him know where the toilet scrubber is. Mm-hmm. And he comes back with, we don't need no clean toilets. Just make sure the bed is made. And I'm like, yes. Well, if Allen wants to sleep in a bed, then Tua can let him borrow his back of his truck.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, what a hell of a fucking week. Being at 2-0, and we've had a bunch of AFC teams lose, some NFC teams today. these things set up for when you get into week 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You start going down and they start doing, playoff picture. These wins and losses from other teams is going to be huge for us. And I'm not saying we can't still win the AFC East, but next week's going to be a huge stepping stone in that direction. But, I mean, I don't know how you guys are feeling. Obviously, being 2-0, we're on top of the world. But things are shaking out throughout the NFL that's going very favorable for us so far. And I think if we keep making improvements, I mean, this isn't just a sneak in. This is make a little run in the playoff team.
Yeah, no, this ain't a sneak in nothing. You keep playing football like
this.
this.
Legitimate weapons. We've got a legitimate defense. I mean, we don't even have Byron back yet.
So Paul posted this, and Brian reposted it from Inside the NFL. Paul put Tyreek Hill is on pace right now, and it's just hyperbolic, obviously, for 161 receiving yards with 2,414 yards. 161 receptions and 17 touchdowns. Waddle is on pace for 127 receptions with 2,040 yards and 25 touchdowns. Holy cow. Could you come on, bro. We're talking 50 touchdowns and 6,500 yards for Tua.
Spread some of that out to the first half. We'll be doing great.
I know, right?
And I believe I saw Gesicki made the most of his opportunities today. Wasn't he
Yeah, he had a great game.
Targets?
Nothing to complain about Gesicki for sure.
No. I mean, he caught all his targets. He looked involved. And, I mean, I know there's been a lot of talk about, well, let's trade him. We've got him, let's try to get something before we get nothing on him. But he is still a weapon. I mean,
dude,
that kid.
He's hard to let go, bro. It's hard to let go in that red zone. And I called it in the pregame. I said, listen, they should take some red zone shots to Gesicki. I think it was HB was asking me if he should start him. I said, listen, this could be a game to start him because it's matchup specific and they would expose it. Now, would the Dolphins use him? That was debatable. Well, they did, and they used him properly because he did pretty decent today.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm saying, I know the whole get something now before you lose them, but we don't know how this is going to work. I mean, look at San Francisco today. They were ready to move. They moved.
Can someone check on this? Can someone check on this?
They made it work with Garoppolo. I mean, look, he's going to be riding out the rest of the season. You don't know how the season's going to shake out.
I just feel like Bills fans are coming in here and making up lies. Josh Allen, the next Elway, says, do the Fins fans realize that Humphrey and Peters didn't play in the fourth? Like, I don't know, man. Like, someone please check on that.
Yeah,
I don't know. And even if they didn't,
in the middle of the celebration is like,
come on.
Do you realize that 4 out of 5 dentists actually have like a butthole that's 3 inches in diameter?
Yeah, I know, right? Come on, bro. I mean, just throwing out random freaking things doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't change the fact that it was still a road environment. Still had.
I thought so too, Greg. I'm pretty sure I seen Peters get beat twice. I want to say that second to last touchdown, you could see him running after whatchamacallit on the way in. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like I said, regardless, the plays were still made that had to be made.
That ain't no lie.
That's the thing. You've got to take advantage, and we did. If I don't care who you had out there, but we're not at full strength either. We're down tackles, we're down corners.
That's right.
This is the NFL. You're gonna be banged up. Even week 2, nobody gives a damn, and nobody's gonna take it easy on you either. They found a weakness, they're going at it.
Ain't no lie. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me your lies. Don't even play. All right, guys, we've reached the hour mark. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new. Make sure to check out all the great content we have here on the program. Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays, live around 9 or 10. Color doing some co-hosting. Catch Color again on Thursdays, late night doing it. And on Saturdays with coffee and a cup of Color in the morning time. You can catch Ali with Late Night Exhale on Saturdays. And then you got me, El Capitan, every other day of the week. And you can expect Brandon the Bookie on Fridays for some cash and tickets, getting your bets in. Cash App, Venmo, the Finn's Tailgate help support the channel. You guys can also support the channel through all the gear we got and the link in the description, as well as the Fanatics link. And if you use offer code hashtag TFTG with Backroom Collections, you'll get 10% off all of your purchases. And you guys can get 10% off of all the stuff here by using TFTG10. We'll get you 10% off of all the cool stuff we got on the secondary site. And we appreciate Super Chat, as always. Brandon the Bookie, I mean, bro, this is a game that let's hope this team builds on to become more. Not a game that I don't expect them to come flat.
Listen, the heart was shown today, and
Yeah,
that's a hell of a lot of it. Now, there's still got to be massive improvement. This, if you really want to try to go somewhere, you want to make a Super Bowl, make a deep run, this performance was good, but I don't know how it's going to do in the playoffs. But it's only week 2 with the new coach.
That's it.
We're still
growing in the scheme, still growing on offense, still learning each other.
It's not a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the things, like I said, everybody always says between week 1 and week 2, you see the most improvement. And that's always been true. And I did see a hell of a lot of improvement in certain areas. But there's still more to be made. And I think we can get there, man.
Always appreciate you.
I think we can absolutely get there. And I think this run game is going to become more dangerous now that we've put on film some deep passes, some Hills, some Waddle. And you're not going to be able to stack the box 8 deep and say, well, can you beat us over the top? Can Tua make that throw over the top? It's going to change the way defensive coordinators now have to scheme for us. And I think this run game is going to have a big week.
I confirmed Peters and Humphreys played in the 4th. I'm watching the recording right now.
Thank you, Ali.
So you Buffalo
Bills fans just coming in here and telling lies and shit.
I knew it was only a matter of minutes before Ali would come in here and tell it and correct us.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think the Buffalo fans need to put their tail between their legs and try to go, to their trophy cabinet. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's empty, so you won't find anything there either. So
clean your trophies, Bills fans. Oh wait, you've already done that because you have none. What's up, Paul? What's happening, Paul? What about a win, huh?
What up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Big win, huh, Paul?
Hell yeah, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
What's up, Greg?
What's up?
Oh my goodness, Greg! What about that win, boy?
I said it last night, bro. I told you, Tua would throw 2 interceptions and we would still win, didn't I?
Wow, what a fucking prediction! What a prediction, Greg! Drop 2 touchdowns and still get it. Rashad, what's happening, bro? I know, right? Rashad, them Dolphins, that Tua in that 4th quarter putting on a clinic. What's happening?
Hey, I don't know. I've never witnessed nothing like this since I've been a fan.
Oh my God, Rashad! I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to take it.
I'm gonna say this right now. This was better than the Miami Miracle, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
It means more. It definitely means more.
The Miami Miracle was awesome because it was a good feeling to not feel like losers. This is a great feeling to feel like winners. That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference. He is him, a.k.a. John Christolakis. How excited are you, my friend? How excited are you, bro?
I think I have to call my physician because this erection still hasn't gone away.
Oh, shit, bro. You got
I'm going to get blood work in the morning, John. I'm dead serious.
Well, they could take a lot out of that vein.
Oh, man,
anyway, bro, we had the Miracle in Miami. I bequeathed the name of this moment as the robbery at M&T Bank.
Ooh.
That's what we should call it.
I like it.
That's sweet.
I like it, bro. I like it. That is good. You're gonna have to coin that on Twitter, man.
I did. I already did.
Yeah. Oh man, beautiful.
That's dope.
That is good.
That's better than what I had, man. I was thinking Mike McDaniel went in at halftime and pulled out his tan torpedo.
It was
Jesus.
such.
Oh my
It
God.
was such
Oh my
a
God.
fucking great game.
That was
All
amazing.
around. Mike
That
McDaniel
was
is our future head coach. I don't want to
crazy.
hear it anymore.
Oh my God, man, Buddy just killed it. The
Yeah,
way
dude.
that team fought in that game, they never gave up,
quit.
bro.
We-
Never.
well,
gave
How's this for a stat? We are
showed-
4-0 in
Go
fourth
ahead.
down conversions.
Are you
seen
kidding
that.
me?
I've seen that.
That is
Fucking
crazy.
right.
Damn.
Did you guys see the penalties? How they had one penalty all game, and we had I think 6 to 8.
Oh yeah,
They
no, we
did.
gave
Yeah,
up
we
like
need to
we gave up
clean
like
that part
74
up. Oh,
yards
yeah.
on.
No,
No,
yeah.
listen,
You got
wait a
add-
minute. A lot of them penalties were questionable. I'm not saying we didn't commit
okay.
some.
Like the
A
tripping
lot of
penalty.
questionable penalties.
Add
The
that
The
to my
refs
list
weren't in our
earlier
favor,
The pass
of
but
things
interference,
still want to
overcame
see a
like,
today.
little bit
those
cleaner
What
play.
was that?
Capitan, add that to my list earlier of things Tua overcame today. That's number 6.
He overcame penalties. Overcame the penalty yards. Wow.
Well, the beauty is we had last week. We led the entire game against the Patriots.
Thank you, Brandon.
We showed that.
I'm
we
glad
could
you
lead
listened to
out-
me, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's great that we can show a lead for the whole game. You don't give it up. That's huge. But we've also had a game now where we didn't lead for 59 minutes plus.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
and you've got to be able to win games both ways because
There you
as
go.
great as it is, you're not gonna
Brandon,
Everybody, like
they
I said-
came
like I
out.
said
They
in the
came out
offseason.
and scored on the
What
kickoff.
about-
They led
right,
the whole fucking
Right.
game,
What about
bro.
those days
We
when
pretty much
everybody on
scored
the
that
team has a
wheel
tummy
went
ache?
away
That was today.
in the second half.
That quarterback sneak and the special teams touchdown were killers today.
Do you-
We're killers,
Do you
dude.
guys know? Do you guys know we've won 10 out of the 11 last
Yes.
regular
Yeah,
season
we're
games?
10
Yes.
and 1 since
That
Tua
is
returned
fucking
from his
amazing.
injury.
Listen, that's since Tua's injury. We're 10 and 1 since Tua came back from injury, from the rib injury and stuff in the
Changed
thumb and
his
shit.
job.
That's
No,
the
no.
part the
Yeah.
Buffalo fans are like, oh my God.
And the one thing I want to say, is more importantly, we got to go out there and find a right tackle. I know Greg Little, I think, did a great job. Supposedly, I wasn't paying attention because I was like all over the place
look at
today.
it more.
Greg
Yeah.
Little did a great job, but we got to keep Tua healthy. We got to make sure we protect that blind side.
Dude,
because we're
But
going
I
into
tell you what,
Buffalo
though,
this week.
John, Tua
One
keeps
sack and two
scrambling the right
hurries.
direction, bro.
Yeah, those
You
are
not
those
see
scrambles.
those issues. You know what I
Didn't
mean?
we pick
Listen-
up that guy Snell? I think
Yeah.
his name is.
Not
Yeah.
signed yet. It's
Yeah, he's still-
officially
yeah,
not signed yet.
Yeah, I seen that too,
Oh,
John.
shit.
I
Yeah,
seen that
We
he's still
called
not
up
signed.
Larnell,
You know, I want
and
to
I
point
do
something
not
out
wanna
to
see him
everybody
out
real
there,
quick
ever.
because maybe it'll also help understand my perspective. My last show, the very last thing on the show I did was pull up some all 22, and I showed the play where Tua rolled out, ended up kind of running it out of bounds for right at the scrimmage, and like there was nobody to throw to. He like rolled out, and I thought what I pointed out on the video was that there was just equal amount of open space on the other side if he would have squirted out there instead of rolling out around the other flank. The problem is he would have had to choose to do it throwing across his body because that wasn't his natural flow. That's why he chose to roll out the other way. Now, couple that with what he said in his press conference about not being able to see the receivers and them having to be in the right spot. I used that video to illustrate that it was impossible for the receivers to just do that whenever they wanted to. So now, in fairness to Tua, today, one of the better plays I saw was actually an incompletion, almost intercepted. However, he did choose to roll out to that opposite side where he had 4 guys to throw to. Even though it didn't work out for him, he was in the right spot for it to make it happen. So this is an example of a person that's putting himself in the position to have positive things happen. It's not a matter of crapping on the guy or whatever. It's to say, look, I know that was a busted play, almost a thrown interception, but it was still a better play than the one where he rolled out to no man's land where there was nobody to throw to and just squirted it out of bounds.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
But you can see.
Just wanted to give perspective on the way I think. You know what I mean? It's not wrong. I'm not hating on the kid.
I mean,
stop hating on him, Color.
I think what we've all witnessed was, when there are baby birds in a nest and the mother bird kicks them out to learn how to fly. I think we finally saw Tua finally become unleashed in that regard. I'm going to pinpoint one moment, especially to show how much he matured and became a leader on this team. And I don't know if you guys touched upon it already. Apparently, Jalen Waddle at the press conference said right before the game-winning touchdown, Tua came in and he's like, it's either us or them.
Yep.
And Jalen Waddle's like, that got me fired up, and it got him into focus.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That's
Tyrese said, don't forget about focusing on the game. Like, once you go down, take the ball to the referee so he can spot it and we can get up and we can go.
Look,
like,
guys, an NFL quarterback always still has more to prove. Okay, always. And what I'm saying by that is, Christolakis, I know you're already there. Okay, but I posed the question during the game when all this was going on, live on the stream. I at least am willing to think it's fair to now pose the question: is this the evolution that we've been waiting to see? I'm not willing to answer the question.
Yes.
But I am willing to ask
I'll
the
answer
question.
for you, Color.
Well, fair enough.
Yes.
Answer it at your whim. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Answer.
This is the turning point. There's no turning back from this. It's full head of steam
that's
from
what I
this
really
moment
mean.
forward.
That's what I really mean. He's got to keep. It's like he's got the wolf by the ears. He can't let it go.
It's like learning how to swim and going into the deep. It's like learning how to swim and going into the deep end with Tua. For him, he had the accuracy, he had the arm talent to make things happen. It was mental. It was all mental game with him. I just think he held
for
back.
the first time,
bro.
I think he just held
for
back
the first
all
time
those
in his
throws.
NFL career. The game slowed down for him. He saw
And you can
everything
see it
slow.
in how relaxed he looked during each play. The whole game, even the bad first half, he looked relaxed.
He's always had that cool calmness every now and again.
That's not what I mean.
But this was different. He had an eye of the fucking tiger out there, bro. He had an eye of the fucking tiger at times.
Did you
No,
see
I
him
got you.
celebrate with that
I'm just saying, I don't need to know what happened because the play told me a lot. But the play could even just be everyone playing. I know Tua did it in the ways beyond what I've seen out of him before. Because when he took that helmet off on the sidelines after that third touchdown, that motherfucker had daggers in his eyes, bro. He looked fucking tuned and ready to just start beating that ass like he'd been doing. He was dialed up. He was mainlining football, pushing his will on people out there. I haven't seen that, and that's the shit that defines franchise and championship quarterbacks. That's what it takes. And that kid shows more of that.
We got the ball back.
We got a little evidence that Mike McDaniel watches the Fins tailgate. Because what did he do in the half? Look, guys, we ain't got nothing to lose now. Let's open up the playbook. You know what I mean? And the team went out there and played like it. And what have I been saying that Tua needs to do? Look, bro, you can't get more trashed in the media and the fan base than you already have. You literally have nothing to lose. Go out there and do it.
When we scored that 6th touchdown and went to the sideline, like, game ain't over. Like, if I got to go back out there, I'm going back out there. Like,
one thing that we miss as fans,
he checked his post. Literally check this post.
Nobody trashes Tua more than Tua, and Mike McDaniel is trying to explain that to the media and to Tua. Stop being so hard on yourself. That's what. But it's a good thing and a bad thing. That's why Tua can take all the heat that he gets from the fans and all the pundits, because nobody is harder on him than he is.
That's the thing, Paul. Last week, though, we took a lot of heat, some of us, for pointing out deficiencies in the game last week, but I never said anything more than what Tua said on the grass in his post-game interview.
Yeah,
Nothing.
but
I didn't say anything more.
Listen, and the best part is
when
he sees his deficiencies, and today was the proof of the work. And I wanted to, and I said this before week 1, and I said this. I said, look, I don't want anyone to not allow me to judge the film on what I see to go, because when I go back and I see the ascent, there'll be no denying or devaluing McDaniel doing his job and making the assessments, and Tua doing the work in between the ears during the week to make that possible. And he fucking did. He fucking did. And the film's going to prove it because the win just proved it. The stats sell it all day. We'll look. First half, miscues, bad things. But damn, bro, that is a magical performance by him. Record setting. We already went through them.
What about Tyreek, man? He went into the locker room down 2 touchdowns and ran out there. Didn't care about injury or nothing. Ready to fight for the Dolphins.
Tyreek did what he's supposed to do, bro. That's what he did what he's supposed to do.
No, I know,
man.
but like that's a leader, man.
Mm-hmm.
You were paying attention. Waddle, Morrison, and Gesicki. They were in the game the whole. Like they were locked in. They were talking.
Definitely.
We were down, and they were talking crap.
Well, there was a moment early. Waddle was big time locked in, and then towards the later down the line, you saw him when he had dropped a couple passes. He was kind of in his head, and I'm hoping that that's the part when Waddle was spoken to by Tua, and he came up and said to him, "Hey, it's us or them right now," and that's when the turning point happened. I'm hoping that's when it is. I hope we get some clarity on it as the week goes on for some of those little tidbits, and I'm sure we will from our beat writers out there, because this is the type of game and week where, listen, we'll have Overreaction Monday. You know what I'm saying? We love playing Overreaction Monday. We'll be into all that tomorrow. Yeah. Well, we always do that. This is the post-party, okay? Post-party, we feel good. We won. We party. So tomorrow we'll have Overreaction, the hate, the love, the everything, Overreaction. Tuesday we'll look at some of the film. We'll try to get some of that and do some work, and then we prepare for Buffalo. And I'm telling you, this team makes that type of adjustments, this type of stuff. We can't. We're gonna be happy Dolphin fans. What's up, Paul?
Was that off the wall question? Was Noah on that kickoff coverage that on the first kickoff where they scored the touchdown?
I'm pretty sure that was him that must have contained. It was either him or Holland.
No, was active. He was active. I don't know if he was
all right. Well, he didn't take that block. He didn't do nothing. I was like, is that Holland? No way, that's Holland. That's Noah.
Yeah, it was either 8 or 9.
I'm still confused, but yeah, if it's 9, we need to just cut him tomorrow, man, because that was terrible. But
I didn't notice.
Forget Noah, man. Tua did his thing. I'm so proud of our defense. Like we were getting out coached. Our offense sucked. The defense sucked, and everybody just never gave up.
It wasn't pretty early. It was not pretty early.
No,
but damn, bro.
That's what makes the win even better. We've never won there. We were getting our ass kicked. We looked like hot garbage, and we just.
It looked like a long day, and at halftime, it felt. I don't want to say it felt all gone, but it felt so far gone that all we could do is earn our respect back. A game that we could have fought back and got respect, but had no business winning, but we fucking won it. That's the shit right there. We won that game, guys.
Yeah, we won that game. It wasn't.
McDaniel said that. McDaniel said, "I don't care about the score. We're gonna get back to Dolphin football," and we did it, man.
Dude, I'll say this.
I hope they just take a lesson from this and learn it.
Mm-hmm. I want to address some people in the chat right now. So we got Josh Allen is the next Elway making excuses, trying to say Marcus. Listen to this. Listen to this. He's making excuses saying that Marcus Peters and Humphreys haven't played for a year. Listen,
they got burned.
Teams that are afraid make excuses for a game that they have to face. And in addition, if Josh Allen is the next Elway, boy, he's not going to win a Super Bowl for another 11 years because that's when Elway won it towards the end of his career.
Right now, the poll, 146 votes. Tua, with 4,400 plus yards, edges it out with 34%. Second is over 4,000 yards with 29%. That's where it is. The poll has ended.
Ali, I find it interesting that they don't point to their own quarterback great, Jim Kelly. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is.
Color, I'm going to drop in the back and bring Alex up so he can have his moment because Alexander Diaz is excited. I will make it clear, though, guys, no timeout stuff in effect today. No doing all that. We'll do that tomorrow. Donations and stuff, everything. I just want everyone to be clear because we're running the panel. We'll do all that stuff, fun stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Caller, nobody said they were smart. I mean, they're still looking for Thurman Thomas's helmet, man.
Welcome, Alexander. I'm hoping that Alexander brings this.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going, Alex?
Hey, Alex, what's up, dude?
What's
Alex
up,
told
man?
everybody.
What's going on, guys?
Go ahead, toot your horn, Alex.
I love the momentum going into the Buffalo game.
Hey. Tua.
What'd you think about the guy he beat today, Alex?
Listen, I gotta say, Lamar is an elite quarterback. I changed my narrative on Lamar. He's an elite quarterback.
that's why I love Alex right here. God bless you, Alex.
Tua
What a good
Tagovailoa
man.
Still beat him today.
Yes, he did, boy. He ate his lunch, bro. He ate his lunch.
Tua told him to stop saying he wants to come to Miami.
Who beat that elite quarterback today,
You
Alex?
fucking beat him, bro.
We beat Tua beat an elite quarterback. Tua beat an elite quarterback today. Look at that.
Hey, listen, Tua
And
is 8-1 against Super Bowl winning coaches,
Yeah,
bro.
buddy.
8-1.
Yes, sir.
hold on.
That's a bad boy.
Yes, sir.
Dave, you want to say something about Tua Tagovailoa?
You don't have that, bro. You got the floor, man.
Yeah,
That's all you.
Alex. Yep.
You
Take
did
your
the right
take
thing,
your
buddy.
take your flowers, Alex.
You wouldn't believe the level of respect I have for you right now, bro.
And Paul,
Listen,
good for your Niners today. Losing Trey Lance, to a fucking ankle injury pisses me off in some ways because I really wanted that fucking first overall pick.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
they
look
upgraded.
like that's gonna happen now. They just upgraded that quarterback.
And our pick would have been 31st
I
anyway.
feel bad for Trey Lance. I really do. I feel so bad for the kid, man.
Yeah, it is sad.
He finally gets his shot, and then he just suffers a devastating injury. It's you gotta feel bad for the kid.
Alex, take your high horse, please. We want to let you have it because you really earned it, buddy.
All right, so so I want to say, thank you for everybody out there that didn't support Tua, that didn't sit here and say that he wasn't the guy, that said he could never carry a team on his own, and he could never lead it.
Well, wait a second. He didn't carry a team on his own, but I'll be damned if he didn't carry the fucking team in that fourth quarter, bro. But continue.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. He said, you know what? He went over to the sidelines and he said, you know what, guys? I got this. In the words of George Lopez, I got this. I got this.
Right now, real quick, Dolphin fans, because where we sit from this victory, this climb from behind victory like that, we are literally ready for Buffalo. We're first of all, all of us as fans want more, just like
more wine, more women, more table.
Oh.
So we want more. We want more. More wine, more women, more wins. Give it all to me, and we're ready for next week. You're going to be sitting out here ready for the games to begin.
You just made me think of another Matrix analogy. Remember the first one where the guy's like, how is he doing that? And you're like, the one guy's like, he's the one. That's me today in the fourth quarter. I'm just like,
he's the one. I know. I'm watching him like, this kid, he's floating. You're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. He's out there fucking flying like a Peter Pan. You're doing it.
Let the games begin.
It's going to be us against Buffalo right before the game, sitting there hedonism bot style.
And by the way,
I got to give up to the O-line too today.
Given the third quarter score and all the other things I said we needed to do, I also want to point out, even though I was wrong about the guy, it was Edmonds instead of Mostert.
That draw.
We broke that run. I said that we needed to break. I will go ahead and accept my seer status in the community, and I will let everybody know that the harvest is going to be plentiful.
Yes, it is.
I think Mostert killed it today. Like,
Mostert did real good.
It's been like 5 yards a carry. I think he should start, honestly.
This is where the film can have you outthink yourself, because before I watched their film against the Jets, I said that using Moser on that outside zone far to take the far angle was going to work. Then I watched the Jets, and I was like, damn, they had a lot of success on the inside cut lane. But then Moser was taken to the outside with that speed, and I was right in my first assessment, man. Yep. So this is how you can outthink yourself when watching film. Film watching is good, but that don't ever mean that that's how it's going to break down for personnel and whatever. And they tested him on that outside, and it worked.
The whole key is not to be able to run the whole game, all that. It's just to know that you can run when you need to.
Chunk plays.
When Chase ripped off that run,
that was a chunk play.
The moment I knew of that game that we could actually do this, that we could actually.
I called that out before week 1. I said we need to run draws, like
you need to run that delayed draw, bro.
I said last week,
but that's only set up because of what Tua was doing in the passing game the whole fourth quarter. That was only
opened
set
up
up
the running game. That really opened up the running game. What Tua was doing opened up the running game massively to put the final nail in the coffin.
And I said Baltimore was susceptible to the big play, and there you go.
That drove a nail right part of their defense, man. That was the point at which I knew it was possible. This is our game. We've got them. It's a matter of do we have enough time left.
What I wanted to know is what the hell was Armour Davis thinking? Like when Tyree just ran right past him.
He was knowing that there was no.
He just ran right past
he's
him.
because that's Tyreek, and he thought he was going to be able to sit down. That Tua wasn't going to have the arm to throw it. It was the disrespect we talked about that they took lightly, and Tua fucking put it over their heads, and they had no answer. The disrespect that he gets, and deservingly. But that ain't the same young man from last year, and this ain't the same football team. And thank God for it.
Because the majority of that game, they were
pressing the play action was a lot more actionable. You notice how he was faking.
He was expecting safety help. That's what I'm thinking too.
He totally defense was totally biting down.
I think he was expecting safety help over the top for the cover hill in the backside.
I think they knew that I think they knew they were cooked, and they couldn't stop the unstoppable force. They couldn't. They just had to lay down and take it. They had to lay down and take it and fill out a police report later on the line for the assault. That's what happened today. And I kept the colors, bitches. I kept your colors. They're mine.
You know what? I'll be right back. For the colors, caller?
No, fuck no. I just can't. Listen, I'll tell you what. When I took them off, Dolphins turned their whole deal around. I couldn't wear them on game day. I took them after the Ravens last year, so now I can wear them again and be good. Because I wore them all game last game.
So funny joke. Like, I was real pissed off at half, right?
Yeah.
And the same kind of thing happened last year. My buddy's a Ravens fan, so like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start rooting for the Ravens. They lost every game since I started rooting for them last year. And when I said, fuck it, go Ravens, you just went straight to shit in the half.
Wow, so you got the whammy. Juju. Hey, put the bad juju on the Bills. Go, just say it quietly under your breath with no one around. Next week, right before game time, bro. Just, and we'll talk about it post game at a show like this. We'll discuss it.
You know,
but keep it to yourself.
I think you got to
I was also telling my buddy, I was jokingly.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say. I think
we jokingly said, you know what, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna come back and just win this game. Watch, $100, and we're gonna come back and win this game.
Alex, have you had a couple? You had a couple, Alex? Sound like you're slurring a little bit. You tossed back a couple brews. You tossed back a couple brewskis. Oh, okay. I thought you sound like you had a couple, dog. I'm like, damn, fucking Alex getting turned up, bro. Watch out.
I had a chewy.
My voice is not is low. It's not as high today, bro. All that screaming I did earlier today watching the game.
Not wrong.
Yeah. I told my buddy, I was like,
winning?
He's like, yeah, right. I was like, okay.
They're not calling us haters. They're calling haters, dog. I ain't a hater. They ain't talking to me.
I don't know.
He ain't talking to me. I seen it. Listen, that ain't no fucking lie. I ain't seen. Listen, we haven't seen offensive coaching and play calling like this in a while. I tell you what, I would like to see some of these wide receivers practice them catching away from their body a little bit. But catch with their fucking hands a little bit. But I'll tell you this. This victory tastes so good. That's all I'm gonna say, boy. Let me taste this victory, boy. Let me taste this victory right
You know
now.
what else you haven't seen? Cap, you know what else you haven't seen?
What I not seen? What I not seen?
Connor Williams, the best center we've had since Mike Pouncey. This Connor Williams is
still early on that. Still early on that,
has
Paul.
been really good since.
But I'll tell you who.
He's killing it.
I'll tell you what. Eichenberg did some good blocking today. I can't wait to go back and watch the 22 because the O-line did some good on some pass protecting early too.
Chris, speaking of the O-line,
what's up?
Do you think that Austin Jackson is on the bench when he comes back?
Austin Jackson is put on ice until otherwise, and I don't disagree with
got
it.
4 weeks to find out.
Josh
With the way
Allen,
Greg
bro,
Little played,
pay
I don't
attention to
know,
your girl
man.
now. What you're talking about now is family business, bro. It ain't your place to say one word about it, bro. So go back to Buffalo and mind your own family business.
So I think the coaching staff's got to get a lot of credit for keeping these guys in the game. They could have got down at the half, being down, so again to Buffalo in their stadium, and they never
like telling somebody else they don't raise their kids right.
You know what? I don't even care what Flores is doing because it doesn't mean anything to me. He's dead to me. He might as well have never existed because that's where I sit in this pantheon at this point.
They were jokingly saying on
Leave it
Twitter
to a Buffalo. That's how you know they're actually scared when they're bringing up that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They were jokingly on Twitter saying that that Flores would have benched you at halftime.
You know what? Maybe he would have. Maybe he would have. In all honesty, he very well may. But I do know this. It don't mean fuck all to me right now.
Exactly.
Because this ain't got nothing to do. This offense is not the offense he had. Flores did what he thought was right. Cost him his job. Sayonara.
That's
but now, that's
Buffalo
it.
fans better be more concerned with what he did for our defense and not
That's
what
right.
He
What he left behind and where Mike McDaniel and Josh Boyer and company fucking coming at this bitch.
Worried about what Tua did.
Worried
about our defense.
Hey, Color, shout out to you and your boy for scoring that touchdown.
It's great. We don't have to rely on our defense to win a game.
Hold up.
Yep.
So,
that's right.
Color, you said you're going to buy a Tua jersey. Will you buy a River Craycraft jersey since he scored when it mattered?
Right. Oh, I plan on
River
it.
Craycraft.
I plan on it. I'm just a poor guy. So
that's Color's favorite player on this roster, bro. Color will swear upon that man.
River
I got a
Craycraft.
confession.
What's your confession?
All
Otherwise,
offseason,
they gotta wait.
I would see them post those training videos of Tua doing running back drills, and I was laughing to the bank saying, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. He's pulled out like 5 spin moves on would-be sacks.
Oh my God,
and
that
one on
spin
that
move.
Craycraft touchdown today.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those drills actually work out.
A
I
Madden
gotta give
football
credit.
game, bro. The way he does it, it's ridiculous.
Rashad, what's up, bro?
What's happening?
Man, it's coming down to Monday night for us, dude.
I'll get me back excited, man. I finally calmed down and now I'm getting hyped.
Has anybody heard from Roach? I think
He's right next to you, bro.
Yeah, I talked to Roach a little bit.
Oh, I'm about to say. I was like, oh, Roach is really quiet.
Roach is right there. He just got
I
up.
just got up here.
Oh, hey, Roach.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Roach.
Roach said he's feeling amazing.
Hey, you feeling
As he
amazing?
should. As he
wouldn't
should.
I?
You know what? That Tua spin move looked like Michael Jordan against John Starks in the
Hey,
night.
It looks real.
I want to ask Roach.
It looks real
already,
nice.
Roach.
Already, Roach. Let me ask Roach a question. Roach, are you starting to change your narrative after watching today's game?
What narrative is that?
I think
About
everybody is a
Tua?
little bit.
That you don't believe in the kid?
What was the narrative, Alex?
He said
That I
he didn't
didn't-
believe in the kid.
No, he didn't.
Well, I said I didn't think he was going to pan out at the end of the year. But
I think I heard him say he didn't think he was the guy.
Okay,
Right.
but I said I don't believe in him too.
Yeah, I
But the
said that
thing is-
also.
yeah, the thing is,
Well-
he had a great a third
Hey,
of the
look-
game was amazing, right?
Babe, what your opinion does not matter, babe.
I thought he was calling
Damn.
me babe.
Man, that's.
I thought he was calling me babe. I was like, whoa.
I'm just kidding, babe. I love you.
The mattress will be in the living room tonight.
But
Damn.
Alex,
I think Tua showed that he plays the game the way the game needs to be played to win. When we don't need the big offensive score, he takes care of the ball and he's careful with it. Obviously, we need a big comeback. He did what he had to
How to
do.
make excuses for previous bad play. Okay, go ahead, Ron.
Go ahead, Roach. What's up,
Gotta
man?
love you, buddy.
I'm not
Go ahead,
making.
Roach. You know, I'm just messing with you, Roach.
You
But go ahead, man.
they can't help themselves but to slide that in there.
I'm not making any excuses at all. I'm saying that the kid does what he has to do to win. He's a winner.
I just want to see. I want to see more back-to-back stuff. That's my next step. I want to see from him.
That is a
Never
fair
wanna be in this
criticism.
situation
That's
again.
fair.
Sorry.
I'm not saying back-to-back 6 touchdown games. I'm like,
No,
I'm
just
Not even really a
consistently
criticism.
good play.
It's just the reality. We want to
Right.
see that again.
And here's, and I said this to
Good.
Caller, and I said it last night, and I think I said it this morning. So in case nobody heard it, I think Tua's main issue has been up until that last third of the game was that he's too by the book. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's so
true.
worried. Like it's the rules and the way everybody tells me it has to go to this guy. So shit, it's not there, right?
He's so afraid to go off script.
Right.
is
But
what
I
it
feel
seems
like after that half, him and McDaniels just said fuck it, and he just started he was being creative. He was being artistic in the QB position and trying to extend plays and doing things that he normally doesn't attempt to do. I feel like
a conversation was
I agree with
definitely
you,
had
Roach.
at half.
Real quick,
It's just-
I just want to say real quick, and I'll drop back out and put Color back. But that was the perfect description of what he did. He was creative. He played off script, but it was more than that. He created. You gotta hand it to him. That's the type of stuff I think we've been dying to see out of him.
That's where he needs to stay.
Well, I mean, listen,
that
I think
mindset.
that's what when I made my assessment of him as a young guy coming into the league, I thought that's what we were going to get often. And there was a guy that was going to live in those moments of creating when it needed to be done. So, great description, Roach. I love
Yeah, that was
And this is where I have to be true to myself.
do you know he
Again,
leads the
like
league
I
in
said
passing
earlier,
yards now?
he has given me something to believe in. Do I believe in everything that all the two-and-ears believe in? No, not yet.
Hey, and I also
When he
want to
shows me a reason to believe in those other things, I
Well,
will. Just like
I hear you,
today,
Color.
he showed me what I can believe in, and it's
Yeah.
a lot.
And Color,
he
Color,
showed
and on
today-
top of that, I want to
I'm
point
sorry.
out Money. No, it's okay. I just want to say this real quick before I lose my train of thought. Money Mitch saying Color and Ali trying so hard to hate but can't. What is there to hate? The Miami Dolphins won, and if you obviously haven't watched my show enough, or watched from the very beginning, or watched me say anything on these panels, because obviously everyone here has heard me say I need to see Tua take the game on his shoulders. I
And
need
I
to
love
see
how
it
they're
more
like,
often.
take the L,
And I've
Color.
said that every time.
Yeah.
And that was my issue with him because he doesn't do it, and he finally did it.
So
that's
Ali,
not
What
hating,
hell are
that's
you
just
talking
being
about? The man
criticizing.
literally did everything we said he needed to do to start winning.
Right.
And
Exactly.
So we're right.
Yeah,
I don't
so this
understand
is-
what L we need to take.
So Color, it's like we were saying earlier. There was 2 games.
Take
There's
the
2
L.
games
One
today.
thing
What
for
L?
sure.
You're comparing your franchise quarterback to John Elway, who didn't win his Super Bowl till his career was almost ended, bro. So if that's the case, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and keep calling him Elway. I'll see you in 12 years when you finally win a Super Bowl.
Terrell Davis.
And
But-
Rod Smith.
But the problem is in the position you guys are in and we are in the morning where you have to critique the full game. This game.
Oh
was
yeah, you
2
have to critique the full game. You're right, Roach.
Well,
So
we
you
don't,
and this game was
I
actually
submit
2
to
different
you that
games
we
to me.
don't.
You had the first half
No,
and
wait
the
a minute.
second half.
Wait a minute, Rose. I don't
You-
think
you
we
wanna
actually
know-
do. Because
you wanna know what's funny,
everything
though,
we're going to
guys?
say that he needed to fix or they needed to fix in the first half,
Yeah, he fixed it.
they did.
Yeah,
So why
I
do
agree.
we even need to do that?
You
Because-
wanna know
Yeah,
what's
like,
funny,
if he
guys?
played
I'll
great
tell
and he
you-
lost,
I'll tell
you
you
wouldn't
this
care that
right
he played
now.
great.
Hold on.
Well,
hold
one
on.
thing
Let
we'll
me
have
just
to
say
say
this, right?
is that all the stuff we saw in the second half, we would like to spread that out a little more to the first half. That's all we
Yes.
can really say.
We don't need it
I
all.
showed my wife was watching the game with me for the first half, right? And then she had to go. She went somewhere. She took my son out somewhere to a birthday party, right?
And
I
by the
said,
way,
"Oh,
we
you know,
don't kick nobody, but I ain't got no problem timing out a Bills fan. Trust that.
Hey, but listen,
Don't
Color
play
guys,
the
you want
cables.
to hear something hilarious? I'm going to tell you something hilarious, right? So my wife was watching the game with me up until she had to go out and take my son somewhere, right? So she gets back and I show her the final the second half, right? And I tell her, I said, yeah, Tua has arrived. Look at that, babe. Tua has finally arrived. What are you gonna say now about Tua? And then what did she go? Oh, you know, if it wasn't for the fumble by the other quarterback for the Ravens, you would have never had that shot. Or he still threw 2 interceptions in the first half. This and that. It was like I was like, damn, you can never let me have my fun, huh? She goes, no, Tua still sucks in my
So,
opinion.
how many yards was between Tyreek and that defender? You think?
I think that was about 20
thrown?
yards. 20
Maybe
yards.
70.
Because Tyreek looked like he was like, you ever go into the airport and you walk on the escalator, the flat escalator, to get there faster? It looked like he was running on one of those, and those guys were on the side, and they just couldn't keep up.
Well, Armour Davis was expecting safety help. Tyreek just literally was like, bye. It was like, okay, bye. I'm just gonna run right past you, dude. Not even do a double move on you.
Pass rush too.
I thought he did a double move.
But I'm curious to see the all 22 to see if in the first half, if those same throws were open.
What year
or not.
did?
You know
what
what I mean?
year did Dan Marino throw his 6 touchdowns?
I think it was 87, I think.
I think it was 86.
86. Greasy
So
did it too.
77.
You all realize that back then, people would be crowned player of the week for throwing 3 touchdowns in a game?
Yep.
I mean, stop this stupid.
No one should compare to Marino right now. That's crazy.
Please.
300 yards too, Color.
You're just all you're doing is making us look stupid by making those comparisons.
A different game.
No, I'm saying we haven't seen a performance like this from a Dolphin quarterback in 35 years.
No, I wasn't. I know what you were getting at. You're trying to say, hey, the last time we saw
This is
something
incredible.
like this with Marino,
This
that's
is- yeah,
But they are out there
3
literally
decades.
saying like, "Yo, Dan Marino didn't even do this."
Color. When do you ever see a quarterback throw 6 touchdown passes though,
bro?
I mean, I understand it's possible, but
Alex. Okay, so he accomplished something in this paradigm that's very rare. But in Marino's paradigm, 4 touchdowns in a game was rare.
Oh yeah, of course.
All I'm saying. So Dan Marino has
So
done what Tua did today effectively.
Hey,
okay. I will
Marino's
point to the
6
New
would have
England
been like
Patriots
8
game.
today.
I will point to the 1991 New England Patriots game to open the season in Foxborough. Marino had thrown 4 interceptions that day, and we were down by 20 in the 4th. And he came back and won that game.
Or the 94 game.
Same thing we saw today, just in an older paradigm where the numbers are a lot lower overall.
I'll tell you one thing about also today's game. I'll tell you also one thing about today's game.
I'll say one other thing real quick, Alex, before you finish that thought. Steve Grogan was no Lamar Jackson either.
Well, that's
fair.
He had that thing on the back of his jersey.
So Marino didn't have to throw 6 touchdowns to come back, is what I'm saying.
The way
doesn't mean he couldn't have.
You know what really got me confident though in that second half is the way Tua took control on that first drive right out the gate at halftime. I was like, oh, actually, we may have a shot here to come back. They drove down the ball. Tua drove them down the field with ease. Like I have never ever seen the Dolphins offense look that crisp coming out the gate in the second half in a while and in a long time.
You got to
he
give
was
him
pretty sharp all game.
He was
besides
he
that
was
one
on
interception.
point in the second half.
So
right out the gate.
Fulgencio Batista, we've posted the link. You're welcome to come up here and hold us accountable, whatever you define that as.
Look, the key to this game was
try
that
to.
Hey, everybody,
and he didn't get hit.
Hey, I want everybody in this panel to tell me how many times have I sat here and defended Tua? How many times have I sat here and defended Tua?
Quite a bit.
Yes. Thank you. So this guy Batista, I'm the only one that that has defended really Tua to the bone.
I have to.
Yeah, you too. I know you have too, but
Real quick. That is hilarious, Scummy. Color has more stories than Mother Goose. That's fucking gold right there, dude. That was.
I got more stories than Mother Goose and Grimm's put together.
But in the end, I just want to I want to point it out. It doesn't matter before today if you were like screaming Tua off the rooftops or if you were critiquing him or whatever. He played.
You guys are trying to apply.
us.
You guys are trying to
everybody's happy
apply evidence to a blanket raw bet that you made about Tua being able to do something like this, and now you want to retro apply the evidence and hold us accountable for what you consider to be our lack of faith, as if we have some penance to pay. Okay, Tua is not my God. I don't pay penance to any man, and it ain't gonna start. Okay. The man did everything that we've said he needed to do.
Bro, I don't know about you guys, but I'm dying right now. I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard.
He wasn't doing those things before. And if you say he was, you're lying. Okay? We said, hey, he's not doing these things. He needs to do these things for us to believe more in him. And guess what? He did that. And now you want to sit here on a high horse like you went out there and threw six.
Running out.
Cole, you're absolutely right.
Come on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Color, man. I do.
Some of us had faith that he didn't have the tools, or he wasn't in the right scenario where he could succeed, and that's all that we were saying.
I mean, look, if you all want to pay me to have your takes that make you feel good, go right ahead. We got a way to donate.
And he'll say exactly what you write down.
So real quick, figure Fueguinto Baptista. I don't know. I can't read it. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. I got it. You got receipts. You're right. But you know what? I won't let happen? I won't let it happen because on the other hand, if Tua goes and lays a fucking egg in a game, I don't want everyone jumping off the board and throwing "this is the end" again. So take your receipts and I don't know. See if they'll give you store credit somewhere else, homie. Because I don't. This ain't Walmart. This is El Capitan Mart. Thank you.
Let me just say this real quick, guys.
I'm super happy with what I saw today.
I don't get this with this
my
whole
answer has always been the same. I will make my evaluation at the end of the season, but today was magical.
Yes, Robert, I agree. Today was magical, but you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not gonna. I did it earlier today. I admit I was saying earlier today where all my haters at. I think the haters, all the Tua haters have crickets now. But you know what? At the end of the day, bro, that was just I was just wrong for saying that. I was really wrong for saying that. At the end of the day, we all want the Dolphins to win. We all want Tua to succeed. Yep. Color, you, El Capitan, everybody, every one of us, Roach, every one of us.
We're all
Dolphin
fans.
We're all Dolphin fans. Ali, at the end of the day, if Tua goes down and balls out, that it's more power to us. Yep. And we want the best for this team. And I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry for past shows that I've just been.
You don't know
with everybody.
Apology, man.
You know what, Alex? This is the great thing. This is what I really like about you, bro. Because you've been the way you've been. I get it, all that. And you, out of all the people, have not conducted yourself the way I've seen some of these people conduct themselves.
That's true.
Okay.
100%.
And so I know for a fact.
I'm just too ecstatic right now.
That people understand what's being said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it don't matter what these people think about receipt. Look, it's no small coincidence that the people who misconstrue what we've said, who have no idea about the things we've said on these shows for the past couple months. Okay, it's no small coincidence that those are the same people that are coming into chats randomly saying, "Where's Pete? Where's Pete?" Well, guess what? If you all actually knew the things we said on our show, you would have been here to see that Pete's already been here and gone, people. You missed it. Okay.
What did Pete say?
And so I suggest everybody go back and watch our post game stream after the game, and you can find out what Pete said. I'm not going to repeat it. Go give us the view.
Pete's takes were actually surprising
stop
this
acting
week.
like you do give us the views. How about you go give us the view and find out what Pete said for yourself?
I can't wait to hear it.
Hey,
I kind of know
Pete
what he
did
said
go on Twitter
already.
saying that the Dolphins should trade Tua now. His things at an all-time high right now.
You know what?
Whatever.
This win should put away all the negative energy, man. Who cares what these say? You know,
Again,
I agree, man. I really
Ron,
do.
that's a good point you bring up.
Tua was horrible.
We got accused all week of bringing negative energy to the win last week when all we said was, we got to win, but we need to do these things to get better if we're going to face the Ravens. Guess what? We did those things to get better to face the Ravens, and we won.
And you
so now, hold on. Now they want to come over here and say,
That's
you
right,
best do this, you best do that, and they want to throw it in our face. At no point this week did I ever throw Tua's performance in anybody's face.
Nope.
Okay, so when everybody wants to figure out who's causing the divide, you don't have to look very far. Okay.
Right. But this is a huge win. Let's just be positive going into the Buffalo game, man. They got
Exactly. I agree.
We've been trying to do all night, Ron, in case you haven't listened to us go after
Just wait till Tuesday when the all 22.
You know,
drop.
here's the thing.
We'll be back.
Every 10 minutes, we have to
start all over again
and fight with our
We'll
own
wait
fan
on
base because they have to talk about keeping receipts and this and that and the other and apologies. No, it ain't happening.
But this isn't the fan base,
God.
dude. All these people in the chat are Buffalo fans, bro. That they're the one trying to get under the skin. Don't let them, you know.
But when you guys are on a
ignore
panel,
them, ignore them.
When you guys are on a panel, if you see somebody acting that way, they'll call them out on it.
I mean, look at this fool. The guy is comparing his franchise QB to Elway, dude. A drunken fool that didn't win his Super Bowl until he almost.
Hey, just real quick. I don't know who keeps doing it, but every time someone says Bills, someone in the back goes, "Bills suck." I fucking love it, bro. That was awesome. Like every time anyone even says Bills, I hear, "Is it Greg that I just took off the screen? Who is it?" It goes, "Bills suck" in the back. It's fucking great every time. I wish I could clip that shit.
Hey, Josh Allen is next Elway. Why should Color apologize? Why is he apologizing for? What did he do wrong?
For being a real Dolphin fan, I guess.
You have to apologize for having an opinion. I mean,
he has no reason. Color has no reason to apologize.
He has no reason to apologize either. He's a Dolphin fan. Alex has no reason to apologize. He's a Dolphin fan.
When people ask that, it's because they've taken it away from football and they made it personal, right?
Yeah.
True.
And
it's true.
And that's why they're not even worth talking to, because we're here to talk football.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My wife just agreed with you, Roach.
For Ali.
I got a question for Ali.
First, we're pointing out ways that the team could improve. There's nothing wrong.
I got a question for Ali.
Go ahead.
And I'm not coming at you any kind of way. I just want to know, when you said 2 days ago that you would bench Tua and start Teddy Bridgewater, what are your thoughts about that now, like 2 days
Okay,
later?
well, let me ask a question.
I want to know about Steller.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, I want to answer this.
Oh my God,
let me ask you a question. Can you
I'm
remind
just
me what the
curious.
context of the conversation was? In what
I
situation?
haven't trolled nobody yet. I just really want to
We
know.
were.
hilarious,
it was when that.
In what panel? In what panel?
Hold on, guys. Let them finish.
I can't hear. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
It was
Go ahead.
when Tua said that he couldn't see his receivers and that they need to see him so he could see them.
Okay. All right.
And
Well,
you were really upset with that.
Yeah,
comment.
let's talk about that. I'd like to answer this. First of all, everybody on this panel, anyone in chat, anybody that knows anything about football, including one of the biggest Tua fans here in the chat right now, Q, will tell you, why the hell is your starting QB telling people that you can't see over the line? Who does that? Nobody does, right?
I think he was trolling out there.
I'm just being honest. Nobody does that. Now, the other thing is, I still believe he might have been getting heat from someone specific because the way he answered that question, he looked like he was talking to somebody specifically. Now, that's neither here nor there. What I said was because out of frustration of what I saw on the Sunday prior, as well as
Ellie, hold up, dog. Just hold up, and you're killing it right now. But you guys are fucking. They're just trolling us so hard right now, and the fucking shit right now. I'm fucking dying. It's fucking hilarious, bro.
That's weird. They're all nervous now.
I need
Listen,
to go roll.
dude, go suck a dick, bro. You ain't getting no apology out of me. You could pry it out of my cold, dead fucking hands, bro. You fucker, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Walk back on what, boy?
I was gonna give the short answer for you, bro. I was gonna give the short answer. Has Teddy ever demonstrated that he could do what Tua did today?
I'm
I'm
not really a Teddy fan, bro. I'm not really a Teddy fan, so I can't really say.
What I'm saying is
hilarious tonight.
What I'm saying is, if Eddie had ever demonstrated that he could do what Tua did today, there might be a question.
No.
But the question answers itself. Why would you take out the quarterback that just did what we saw today?
But here's the thing,
No
Paul.
matter
Here's
whether
the
you
thing.
like Tua or not.
Prior
Why
to that,
would you take that quarterback out of this game, out of this team right now?
Exactly. Here's the thing, Paul. Here's the thing. We've never seen this Tua since he joined the NFL. We haven't seen it until now. And my answers to that, my responses to that, and how I felt at that time were based on everything that we had seen prior to this moment. Now that we're here at this moment, yes, I've already admitted, as we did on the post game, I already admitted that, yeah, he finally showed he let his balls out. Louis Amador even said it himself. He let his dick hang.
I mean,
right?
look, guys.
And you know what? I'm happy. We won, dude.
There's a
He's
reason
finally...
we're so happy and surprised.
Yes.
We never could have seen anything like this.
Yeah, I have a question.
I wasn't
though.
gonna bring it up.
Hey, I want to bring up Gomer.
okay,
Gomer
Paul, no
Pyle.
worries, no worries.
Hey,
No worries.
Gomer
We're
Pyle.
not gonna talk about Steller.
That's actually really interesting.
There's nothing to say right now.
He said.
No,
he
because
said
somebody
Tua
still thinks Skyler should be starting. I know it is.
hold
I
on,
know
guys.
somebody out there.
The only thing that
Gomer Pyle said something really interesting. I thought it was actually
Not me.
a good comment. He said Tua needs to work on his timing, and we can be unstoppable. Tyree still had to wait for the ball, which can be dangerous.
That's true.
Now,
That's
yes, you're right. Tyree still
So
had to
did
wait for
Gabe
the ball
Davis.
to be underthrown, but a lot of the quarterbacks, and we saw that on Thursday night
Yes,
with
that's
Herbert and
when
Mahomes,
Gilmore.
that a lot of the throws that they threw were underthrown on the deep ball. Now,
none
yes,
of the best is Tyreek.
Okay,
now yes, Tua still needs to work in that.
But Alex,
But
I
I
see where
think-
you're getting at. But
I
here's
think
the
it's
thing.
coming. I really do.
But here's
think
the thing: it was still pointed out that it was a change Tua needed to make, and he did.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So it
Yes, you're
wasn't
right.
a wrong take.
Yeah.
If Tua corrected, look, let's say if I said, let's say if I were to make a crazy take weeks ago and said Tua needs to grow a longer arm, right? We all know that's not possible. That's why I'm using it, because I want y'all to know this is just a hypothetical, okay?
Because they didn't draft
Let's
Stretch
say
Armstrong.
let's say I were to say back then, Tua needs to grow 2 more inches on his middle finger to be a successful quarterback, right? And everybody argued, and some people agreed, and some people disagreed. And then let's say modern technology, we found out, allows you to actually take this pill to grow 2 extra inches on your middle finger.
That's not what the pill
Tua
color.
took that pill.
Yes, sir.
But the pill still needed to be taken. But the pill still.
Tua took the grow inches pill.
I tried that pill. It don't work, man.
Hey, Color, you love that Matrix movie.
Listen. We
I
had the
know, I was
craziest
right.
day
That's
ever
my
this
third
week.
Matrix analogy. You believe that? Damn.
Can we agree
Oh,
that we
I thought
need...
you were talking. It's my quarterback. I thought you were talking about a different type of
roundabout
growth
way
pill.
with the pill reference. It turned out to be a Matrix reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a guy come on
Just
here
not the.
and
that's
say
the-
Tua only knows 4 plays. Like, where's that guy right now?
What?
Yeah, for real.
Wait,
Where
what?
is that guy?
I agree
Tua
with
only knows 4
Where's
plays.
Bill? Bill,
Oh,
where's
Bill.
Called a
that?
4-play
Okay.
Tua this week.
I agree with
I think
Robert.
Bill was just trying to lower our expectations.
Josh
so we'd be
Allen's,
more excited.
whatever.
see if it's gonna make me throw up.
Josh Allen's vowel. I'm not going to take an L. I'd rather buy a vowel and buy U
Bill
so I can
sucks,
add it to
Josh
the F
Allen
for
Hey,
FU.
hey,
So I don't
The
give a
only
shit.
people that have been taking L's and the only people gonna take L's are the Patriots and the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
The Ravens.
Suck.
Color.
The only L's I'm gonna see are the L's in licking my nuts.
They're
What
like
was
the
that?
Jets. We don't even talk about
Can't spell
Patriots no
Bills
more.
without L.
I got to agree with what Robert said. I've been saying all along that this is the year to evaluate Tua now that he has everything that he needs to be successful. So, and
So this is hilarious, guys.
Today's game was
know,
great, but you got
they're in here. They're in here looking right over the Tennessee Titans coming at us. You believe that?
Absolutely.
Josh Allen sucks.
The games begin.
They
Hell
still
out of
got
man.
Color, you're right. We're in their heads right now.
Tennessee Titans, the arch enemy tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Coach sucks.
That's definitely a trap game for them right now.
Well, it's not just a trap. Tennessee has played them well. It's their arch enemy right now.
Yeah, because they can't stop Henry.
Josh Allen's looking at Diggs like,
It's their
I wish
postseason
you were
arch
that
enemy,
fast.
bro, is Tennessee.
I'm sorry. That comment by Josh Allen is next. John Elway says Josh Allen's gonna win 4 to 5 Super Bowls. That made me laugh.
Oh my God!
Elway couldn't win with Leah Terrell.
What did you say?
You know what?
This
Josh
guy's
Allen is next Elway. I'm gonna say this right now.
If y'all ever
only
wanted to know
way-
what the word
Hold
hyperbole
on,
meant,
color, hold on. Let me respond to that. The only way that Buffalo will ever sniff a Super Bowl ring
Bill
is
suck.
if they can find a freaking running back,
Bill
or
sucks.
Thurman's helmet.
or because
Oh, it was in our locker room for a little bit.
you want to sit there, you want to call Josh Allen great, which is fine. I understand
Allen
Josh
is
Allen's a
great,
very
sucks.
good quarterback, but if he keeps running around the way he does,
You're right.
Josh
Yep.
Allen
that
sucks.
one hit is going to sideline him for the season.
That's
Well,
right,
somebody
Alex.
go get him.
That's
Fact,
right,
somebody
Alex.
go
And
get
guess
him.
who's not
Yeah,
going to take
Christian
that
Wilkins is
hit?
coming for him next week.
Guess who's not going to take that hit?
Tua.
Tua
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. Oh yeah.
I want to
Tua's
point out,
sweet.
everybody, to Bills fans, especially. This is
Did
not
y'all
to
notice that?
This is not to diminish our win today, guys, okay? This is only directed to the Bill fans. Don't misconstrue me, okay? To you Bills fans, Lamar Jackson took a
Good point,
run
Gomer Pyle.
79
Good
yards to the house today, untouched,
Yep.
up the middle.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
And
Color-
got spotted 7 points.
right, bitches?
Now you're facing the team next week.
God, Chris,
You're
bro.
facing the team next week that still beat them.
Yes, buddy.
But not only that, Color, he got spotted 7 points to start the game.
That's right.
That's
that
right.
was-
Yeah.
So imagine
there you
Lamar
go. I mean,
Jackson being up 7 at the beginning of the game,
Right.
and still losing.
and then
Right.
taking
You
one
know
in the
it's
house.
great. You know it's great. The Bills have to play Lamar Jackson later in the season, so we'll see how they do against him.
Yeah.
We'll see if they light up.
Yep. Good job, Cappy.
You know-
we'll see.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Color and everybody in the panel. I called that play, bro, and I'm screaming at the TV. I said, "Watch the quarterback draw or the quarterback sneak right up the middle." And what the hell does that happen? I'm literally screaming at the TV, watching that, and the way they lined up, I was like, "Oh my god, this is not going to work." On that, and then what has happened?
We were calling it live. Literally, Color and I were saying,
I don't
calling it
blame our
live. They're going to
defense for
take
that
that
play.
draw.
Take that quarterback. What does Amanda Roberts do? He shoots the wrong gap.
Yeah, but
Amanda Roberts shoots the wrong freaking gap, man.
How about the call to Chase
The
Edmonds?
defense was
Nobody expected that drop by Chase Edmonds. That was a huge call.
I called it. I
The
knew
de-
that they were going to go quarterback sneak right up the middle.
I'm
on
talking
that
about.
play. Oh my
I'm talking
god!
about-
I called. I screamed at the
You know
TV
what? Now
for
that
that.
I'm thinking about it, I hope you
Oh, go
guys
ahead, I'm sorry.
squeak through Tennessee tomorrow night. That way you think you're still good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Hey,
what
Josh
you
Allen, why don't
think.
you come up here and start running your smack so we all can put you
Yeah.
down back to the comment section.
Actually,
Come
I
on.
think I'd
Come on.
ra-
Shut up, bitch. Oh
Was that for
Imagine
me?
all the hype for 2-0 going into that game.
But Color, I think I want Buffalo still to lose because I just want the advantage.
Oh yeah, of
You know,
course.
but
Of course. They'll really
but-
be reeling if they lose tomorrow night.
more wine, more women, more table. Yeah.
And
Can you
guys,
imagine-
be
can
ready.
you imagine
if
if
they lose
Tannehill-
to Tennessee tomorrow night, be ready for all the Tennessee from last year's game references coming out of them. throughout the week. Just be ready for that.
If Tannehill puts up, let's say, like Lamar's passing numbers for today against Buffalo and has like a similar QBR, would that make you excited for Tua's prospects against Buffalo more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you said if Allen has a game like Lamar did,
Tannehill
Oh.
against Buffalo's defense.
and that they still overcome that and beat Tennessee.
No, none of that. None of that. Just seeing Tannehill the way we've seen Tannehill play for years, right?
Right.
So you see Tannehill play very well against that defense. Does that make you feel like Tua will
absolutely
play just as well?
Absolutely, because let's not right. It would, Roach, because as I said before, I said we were better than them. You know, we factually were last week, second to third.
Right.
But they're still third, you know what I mean? So their defense is good. And it's like, yeah. And here's the key. We know we're going to get that out of our defenses. And if the floodgates open up on both sides, then throw all defenses out the window anyway. It's going to be at the moment defense.
Right.
And if you're talking about at the moment defense, man, ours is hard to beat. You know?
Hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly. They hate us because they ain't us.
The old line's got to come with their A game next week. That's
That's
going to
play
be
exactly what they did today.
How about I
way they
make
played
a
today.
way early prediction without seeing the game tomorrow night? Okay? Way too early prediction. There is going to be a defensive score in the Buffalo game. The team that gets it wins the game.
So what do you think? Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Who's gonna even defend Tyreek and Waddle with White being on the IR for 4 games or whatever?
But the key is, that's why we as Miami Dolphins fans can't get in our feels, and we have to admit they're still going to test Tua.
Yeah.
They still have no
they're
respect for Tua.
come after him.
Their defensive line is insane.
They're going to come
They're
after
going
him.
to look at the tape and say, we need to exploit these deficiencies. And that's what they're going to try to exploit.
If our O-line could block Buffalo, I think we'll win.
Deficiencies. It ain't done. We got the GOAT.
See, Rashad, that's what I didn't want to invite, bro, because you know as well as I do, like you all say, every quarterback has deficiencies. So let's admit what they are and make sure we're ready for the Bills to try to
Nobody.
and
So
make
we
sure
beat
we're
the
ready
Bills.
for the Bills to try to exploit them.
If we beat the Bills, how about us going
Guys,
4-0 against Cincinnati?
Hold on, guys. Let me just say this right now. The secondary for Buffalo, I feel that Baltimore has the better secondary than Buffalo does.
Yes.
Even with a beat up Maul Humphrey back there.
I don't know, bro. Well, Buffalo have quite a few people out on
Buffalo's front seven is better than Baltimore's, though.
Yes, their front seven is better
Buffalo's got
than
all-pro
Baltimore. Yes, I
safeties.
agree with that.
Okay, so let's be fair here. The Miami
by
Heat
the way.
takes out their front seven. And I don't mean Friday night before the game. I'm talking about the actual Heat in Miami takes out their front seven.
That's a good point, Colin. Good point, Colin.
I mean,
He'll slow them down before
over time. Like it's just a matter of time before that defense breaks.
And you got to give McDaniel a ton of credit. He's going to come up with some kind of scheme that he's going to wear them out. You know, make him chase the sideline to sideline.
I mean, remember, guys, and this is for Bills fans, Tua got their defense to break today in their weather.
In their stadium.
But also their weather, Ron. It was like perfect football weather today up there.
Yeah, imagine what the crowd's going to be.
Who's number one in the
It was a
AFC?
dry, cool autumn day today.
I just wanted to make sure you guys knew, right?
Yeah, we're the 1 seed right now.
That's what I want to know. We're number one in the AFC East is the Miami Dolphins, not the Bills, not the Patriots.
We're number one in the entire.
A 10! A fucking 10! Gentlemen.
And
Are we the number one scoring offense too?
What I'm trying to say right here.
No.
See, he says duh, but that's precisely what I'm trying to say.
We're number one in the AFC.
Yeah, but we're number one in the entire AFC right now.
They'll take my words. Say them a different way.
We're tied with the Chiefs right now for number one in the AFC, and only the Bills could tie us at this point. And next week we will find out who will be tied.
Where do we move up in the power rankings?
I just want to
You think we break the top 10 power ranking?
Okay, guys, have a great week, Color
Yeah,
and Chris.
most
Stop
definitely.
feeding before Tua. Keep trashing your takes with great games like today. Fins up. See, Fulgencio ends up leaving in a fairly cordial way. You know why? And I'll tell you guys why, and you probably don't know. Fulgencio knows. Okay, I'm the only one here that pronounced his name correctly.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
apologize.
Have a good night, Fulgencio. Appreciate
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
go.
coming by the chat tonight.
All right,
So-
guys. I'm gonna
Fulgencio
go get
Batista.
some sleep. I gotta get up early for work tomorrow. You guys have a great night. God bless you guys, and fins up, guys. Let's.
Good night, Alex.
I'll
Yep.
tomorrow
I
night.
gotta
We
Good
can
night,
see
good
you
night,
guys
Alex.
again.
Appreciate you,
Good night,
man.
guys.
All right, Alex.
Hey,
Yeah.
Josh Allen, how did
Fins
that
up, baby.
80 defense do?
Josh Allen, once you take an L for 13 seconds, then maybe I'll think about taking an L. Actually, nope, I'm not going to take that either. You can have your 13 seconds. Suck on that.
Did you guys hear what the difference is between the Bills and the Dolphins? The Bills have
We won a
13
Super Bowl.
Class?
No, the Dolphins can last 13 seconds.
Oh.
All right, I gotta
felt
bounce.
that.
But
Man,
the Bills
I just-
suck. Josh Allen sucks, and I want you all to have a good night. Bills fans are losers. Keep jumping through your flaming tables, bros. You bunch of idiots. But Bills suck. Have a good night.
Hey,
Hey,
good night.
Greg.
There we go.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Bye.
Last time I checked, Josh Allen's never thrown for 6 touchdowns.
Oh, and by the way, one other thing I predicted.
Listen, real quick, Greg was fucking killing it, dude. He was fucking killing it. He called him a bunch of idiots on his fucking way out and shit. That was hilarious, dude. Keep jumping through the
Later,
table,
Dolphin.
you bunch of fucking idiots. This is what he said. That shit was hilarious.
I mean, can you guys imagine if we beat
Love
the
you,
Bills?
Dolphin, man. Have a good night.
The way Cincinnati's playing, we could go 4-0 going into the soft part of our schedule.
That's
I wouldn't call it
actually
soft. Some of them teams are looking
correct.
better.
But I
Yeah,
want
the
to
Vikings are gonna be tough.
right now. I'm
Vikings,
looking
Yeah,
at
they're not. Yeah.
looking at
looking
Buffalo, bro.
good.
That's the only
I'm
game
not
I'm
calling
looking
that
at right
soft.
now.
You're right.
One game at a time. One game at a time.
Is
My
that
perspective
crypto
on
I hear?
that soft
Just
side
saying,
of the
I'm
schedule
just saying,
has
look at the way
changed.
Cincinnati's playing. I don't
Is that
think
crypto I just heard?
Yeah, Crypto was at
Yes.
the game, man. Tell me how was
I
the
was
feeling there,
there.
bro?
Crypto.
How was the
First.
feeling, bro?
So
Yeah.
yeah, let's
It was
hear it,
pretty- it was
Crypto. I
pretty
want to
good
hear
to
it.
witness it. It was pretty good to witness it. Eyewitness, first account
Can I
type
try
of
real
You
game.
like them apples,
Can I try
bro.
real quick? You couldn't
But
say nothing
yeah,
positive about Tua, Crypto.
Crypto,
They
when you give
grow
it out,
apples.
apple that was aqua and orange.
when you give it
Uh,
out,
all-
I'm kidding, bro.
So all right, Crypto.
All that-
give me
all that
the
sea of
feel.
purple, none but that aqua and orange. Just with the roar of the crowd, them trying to slow us down. They was trying to stop the inevitable, but it didn't work, and we was just laughing on our way out the door.
Crypto.
Oh,
Were they okay?
beautiful.
Was
Did you
all the
just call
blood out of their
Tua the
face and
inevitable?
everything?
I cannot
Josh
even
Allen, I don't need a
imagine
bunch
it.
of men for that. I have my wife for that, dude.
I
The
cannot
inevitable
even
victory
imagine
that was
Him
on
again,
the
bro.
way.
Him again.
Guys,
I just want to know what
I
their
cannot
faces
even
look like.
imagine
The
what
Baltimore
it's
Ravens fans.
to walk out of the opponent's stadium as a fan when your team just snatched one from them, bro. I just can't even
Oh,
imagine.
somebody would have
Right.
tried. If I was there,
I'm
somebody
so
would have tried to
jealous,
shoot me.
Crypto.
I
we
promise
were
you.
winning every second of the game until
But
the end.
but to
I'd
their
have been
credit, they
laughing
was
so
real
hard in
gracious
people's
though.
faces.
Were
They didn't look as
Unlike
dejected as
Buffalo
I would
fans,
assume they would.
Unlike Buffalo fans, they're not sore winners or losers. You know what I mean?
So were you
Oh, they were
Right.
so
Steven?
losers last year.
That's
Yeah, they
because
were. I was surprised that they was like, okay, it's just a regular season game. None of them really looked dejected as they was walking out. You know, it was weird. It was an odd feeling.
Hey, Lewis, how's it going, bro? Hey, what do you think about all these people that have been saying, "Where's Pete? Where's Pete?" You heard what Pete had to say. Don't tell them all what Pete had to say, but you heard what Pete had to say, didn't you?
Yeah, listen, all the real fans know that there's no two and ears or two and not. All this narrative, bro. The kid let his nuts hang today, and he played an outstanding grade. He showed greatness.
Louis
Last
Free
week-
Real, he let his dick hang.
Well, I said it. I was in
Is
the
that another name? Oh my goodness,
Man.
where are these names coming from?
Listen, everybody
it was
just
great.
everybody
I'm writing
just
all
wants to
these
either.
down.
Everybody just wants to be right or wrong. At the end of the day, the kid showed greatness today, and now let's see moving forward. If again, no one's expecting 6 touchdowns and basically 500 yards every fucking game, but just
What I
put
was-
good games, string good games together, and keep this thing moving.
What I was told last
What the
week.
real, you know what, Lewis? What the real
Yeah.
irony is? Everybody on both sides of every debate in our community was actually proven right today.
Yeah.
In every way. Think about it.
100%.
That game, we're talking about a game.
Everybody.
We're talking about a game, first of all, that was literally 2 games for the price of 1. Okay. Secondly, remember what I said the last couple nights in my predictions, and I'll repeat it for those that didn't catch it this week.
I remember.
Okay. I said my score prediction was 17-9, and that Tua was going to throw for 320 yards and 1 touchdown, right? Now, besides that, what I said was that Baltimore would not be winning this game if it's close. That either Baltimore would blow us out, or we would win close, or we would blow them out. And if you look at the progress of the game, all 3 things actually happened. Baltimore blew us out in the first half. We blew them out in the second half, and we won the game close.
Oh, you said we were winning a close game. I thought you said Baltimore.
That's right. I said that Baltimore one thing would be certain is that Baltimore was not going to win it close.
Gotcha.
So when we pulled within 7 and we still had momentum, I knew in my bottom of my heart we had it.
What I was told,
you know what I mean? I just knew.
What I was told,
and the irony is that all 3 scenarios that I thought might happen actually came true in the course of 1 game. They blew us out, we blew them out, and we won close. It's amazing.
I love the
I
fact
am a
that
seer. You guys have to, I'm telling you, the harvest is going to be plenty, people.
I love the fact that
McGee has broken.
I was told last week
The entrails were shaped the right way. The bird landed on the branch the right way. It was a raven, and we took it off the branch.
Bro, it's time. I think it's time that as a fan base, we just come together and make the Buffalo Jills tap out and say that the Miami Dolphins are their daddy. That's what I want. I want to put all this energy and all this focus in winning the game on Sunday, so I can say "fuck you"
I had a phone
to all
call.
these Buffalo fans.
I had a phone call. I'm pretty sure I called you too, Ali. But I let both the guys know, win or lose, I want to go through the criticisms as quickly as possible, because we got to get ready to converge on Buffalo as a unified force. We really do.
right.
And because we won this game, it's going to be so much easier for everyone to take that same fucking fighting force we waste on each other to go right at the throats of the Bills. This is the time.
Right.
This is the week. This is how the Dolphins not only take it to the Bills, but we take it to the entire NFL. We put the whole fucking league on notice on what time it is, and it is Miami Dolphins fucking time. This is how it comes up. This is what it is. So, guys, we're getting close to the end of the show. Let's start doing some wrap-ups. I got Paul and Trey in the back. I'm going to let everyone come in, get their final thoughts. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody subscribe if you're new. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Subscribe to the network. Make sure to check out all the great content. Support the show, all that good stuff. Go ahead, Roach. You get to go first.
Yeah. It was an awesome win. I'm so happy. I actually picked Baltimore to win the game. Like I didn't want them to win, but I was like, oh, I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be happier to be wrong about them, about Tua, and come check out the show tomorrow morning. Stephen D, Miami Sports Music, and we'll be talking about the game then.
Should be epic.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Peace, guys. Oh,
Later,
and
Rashad.
See you tomorrow,
Rashad, I got Josh Allen starting tomorrow.
I know.
And if he gets like 46 points, you lost.
I know, man. I need to do something.
Rashad.
Rashad has nobody left, and I got Josh
That's
Allen
doable.
left.
You know that's doable.
It's possible.
In a
I'm up by
PPR
like
league,
40.
it's very, very doable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count on it. Sorry, Roach, but I think Rashad's taking this one, bro.
Hey,
I
he got
think
me
that
almost.
defense
He got
at
me
least
almost
goes
like
up
what was it,
tomorrow.
65 points
All
last week.
Derrick Henry needs to do is another 200 yards against them.
Yeah, but crypto.
I don't care
real
what
quick,
Derrick Henry
if
does.
that's all the
but-
rest you had to say, Roach. Everybody,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you catch Roach on in the morning on Stephen D. Miami Sports Music.
All right.
I hear it's going to be fairly interesting when he gets there tomorrow. But anyway, Crypto, yeah. So I'm thinking, like, I don't know, man. Derrick Henry got Atwatered last week, dude, by some giant linebacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Giants, the Giants former coordinators is now coaching the Giants.
Oh yeah, they got all their dummy bags in practice now set up at certain angles so they can get the muscle memory of hitting him that exact angle and exact way. You know what I mean? In other words, the template's laid out how to Atwater Derrick Henry. So
He does.
we might be coming to an end with Henry. With King Henry's reign.
I don't trust that template.
The reign of King Henry.
So you think he's just gonna? I honestly think. I don't know who's next for final thoughts because Capitan left. But
he's too big and strong for them.
Buffalo is going to find themselves in a very similar game that they did against Jacksonville last year, and Tennessee has Derrick Henry. Jacksonville didn't. So that's how I think it's going to go, but that's just me.
Hey, Color, can I say something right quick? So look,
how you doing?
How y'all fellas doing, man?
What up, Trey?
Crypto, I ain't get to see you at the game, man. My voice a little gone a little bit, but I ain't get to see you at the game. I seen Stephen D. But
yeah.
Yo, man.
What section were you in?
536. I was in like the end zone,
Okay, you weren't too far. I was in the left corner end zone over by 235. You can look and see Highway 235.
So you were in the end zone, Dre. How did that dime look that Tua dropped in the bucket for the touchdown to Tyreek, man?
Man, look, bro. Okay,
yeah.
So look. Boom. First play of the game, Duvernay take it to the house. I'm like, fuck, already we off to a bad start. We don't win in Baltimore, okay. We're coming out flat. Okay. First drive. What happens. Next thing you know, we down 21-7. Going into halftime. And it's like, yo, you can feel the energy in the stadium, you know, and being a fan from an away team, like they was going crazy in there. And then for the second half to come and you just feel like Tua suck all the energy out that stadium. Like, yo, it was something to see, bro. I swear. And then that fourth quarter, bro, to see that shit happen live, the two back-to-back, and then hitting Waddle.
I wish I could have been there to see it.
Bro.
I know exactly what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Trey. I've seen Dan when I was younger. That's where my lineage lies. And I remember feeling that at home when Dan would just, you felt us give the energy and stuff, but you felt like even when the stadium got quiet, we were behind, Dan would just suck all that quiet up and just do something with it. I wish I could have been there to feel it.
And it's like you can feel it. Like after that first touchdown,
Trey, I just wanted to say that I really know what you feel, and I've been there. I know how it feels to have Tua come out into the stadium and suck the life out of the fans.
I mean, crypto can, you know, he
I'm
can
just
agree
glad
with
it
me.
finally happened in Baltimore and not Miami.
Yeah,
Man, look,
I was
man, it
actually
was-
5 seats from Stephen D. We
After
got a lot of
Giuseppe-
footage.
After
Yeah.
Giuseppe caught that touchdown and made it 28-14, it was like you could feel something change in the stadium. Like the fans stopped cheering as hard. All of a sudden, it just happened. And it's like, this shit just happened. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
That's kind of what happened. You know, it's ironic. The last time Tua came into a game and sucked the energy out, it was against Baltimore too.
Yep, absolutely.
No, that crowd exploded in that game.
Ron.
That's a fact.
I'm being facetious. I'm sorry, guys.
That stadium was dead last year, and it exploded when he came into the game.
We don't. What I'm saying, Ron, is we don't want him sucking the life out of our stadium. We want him bringing it.
All right, Ron, give us some final thoughts.
Yeah,
obviously, great game today. I'm a little concerned about the defense for next week. I hope they come up with a better game plan than they did today. Obviously, Tua had a great game, but I've always believed he had the potential. I said we got to evaluate it this year, but I'm still going to pump the brakes. It's one game, and he's got to do it for a whole season. But obviously, the prospects for this team this year look very good, and next week's game to me is going to be the key to how the season's going to pan out. If we can beat Buffalo, we can prove that we can beat the elite teams. I think that we'll go a long way in the playoffs.
So Ron, even though we won week 4, I see what you're saying here. It was a game making potentially this season if we beat Buffalo in any sort of fashion after the start we've had with and now being 3 games and winning Buffalo, that could be a game defining win of the season. That creates this now. This being a massive building block from a come from behind. I mean, goodness gracious, dude! And look at the bones of the foundation that Mike McDaniel is building his coaching on right now. This is some momentous type shit we could be witnessing around this motherfucker if things go right. Later, Ron. Thanks for coming around, Ron. We'll see you.
When was the last time y'all seen a team have 2 wide receivers over $150 with 2 touchdowns?
Never.
It's never happened. It's never happened. It's never happened in history, bro.
And Jaceki got one today. And River Craycraft.
I mean, they ate all over the fucking place, man. They ate all over the place. Roberto, let's get some final thoughts, brother.
All right, I got 2.
It was just a magical day, man.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
really
Roberto.
See, so I'll take it. I'll be super happy about it.
Oh wait, there's Robert's got it. Sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad, man.
You're good.
And I just want to see the progress carry forward next week.
That's it. Right. That's all we need, brother. We string some of this shit together like that. It's over. AFC and the NFL will be put on notice. And for the first time, and I can't remember when, guys, that the Dolphins will sit on the tips of everyone's tongues, right where it belongs, in fear.
There'll be a lot of flip flopping come Monday. I can't wait. I'm actually going to watch Sports Center at FS1. It's been a while.
Well. All right, take it easy, Robert. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. I'm probably gonna do a daytime show. I'll probably do something in the midday, early morning times, guys, just to get back on.
Guys, if we go 3-0 and beat Buffalo, that puts such a buffer zone that we almost lose every bit of pressure that we're under going forward after that. And
yeah, it really becomes. It really becomes.
Wins, you know what I mean?
Really becomes in the like schedule and that stuff a very navigated, easy to navigate type of season from that point on, making it through the gauntlet like that. Rashad, I will say this already. They're not even talking about it. They were talking more about the Cardinals coming back and winning. You noticed that, Rashad?
I noticed.
Did you notice that they were like, "Oh, Tua with a comeback"?
Nobody had nothing to say.
They had nothing to say, Rashad. I can't wait, bro. They had nothing to say.
They got to backtrack a lot of things. They got to.
So, but you know what's odd? You know what's odd? NFL Network, NFL's official Twitter changed their Twitter.
I heard.
They changed their Twitter.
Picture, right?
They changed their cover picture and to Tua throwing the touchdown pass in the game, and they said in their description of their stuff, it said, "We're gonna call him Tua touchdown for now on," or something like that. That was it. It was just Tua touchdowns. We're gonna call him Tua touchdowns for now on, and that was the only thing on their cover. I've never seen that happen before like that. That was crazy. So, go ahead, Rashad. Give us some final thoughts.
Yeah, looking forward to all the content we go get tomorrow. Is going to be crazy. I mean, I hold nothing against Tua haters. I'm not a Tua near. A lot of people think I am. I'm more critical of Tua than a lot of people know. But yeah, big win, big comeback. If you check that final touchdown, he told everybody to check their post. He checked his post, literally checked his post. But I need him to come up with a better.
I thought he was checking the play on his play wrist. But
I thought he was tapping his wrist saying Tua time.
I thought he was hitting. I think he was hitting like an adrenaline button in there or something, bro. Buddy looked on one, man. He was out there with the eye of the tiger.
He should have like get like a watch, you know,
He
for
should do a
inspiration
Tua time
purposes that literally
celebration.
says
Oh
Tua
yeah,
when he looks
That
down.
would be
at it.
Secco is gonna have to get in on that. Tua gonna make millions on that side business.
Commercial, easy commercial. Like he's hustling in the gym, he's working out, he throws a couple touchdown passes in a game. He goes to the sideline, looks down at his watch, and it says Tua time.
It could be a dual commercial with his Tua aid, sports drink and shit like that. Tua time for my Tua aid. Go ahead, Rashad. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done. Everybody have a good night. I'm
Sleeping good
drained
tonight.
from today. Yes,
I'm exhausted, bro. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep fucking good. We'll see you tomorrow, Rashad.
I will back him up.
Rashad.
He's
Thank
definitely
you.
been critical of Tua.
Later, Rashad. Hey, I don't know if you guys
Rashad.
noticed. But Ali has changed the Skylar to the Tua right away. I love it, Ali. It was a good move. I had to point it out. What's up, Wooback? How's it going, buddy? Roberto, give us some final thoughts, brother.
Some main two takeaways. Like last week, I wasn't too sold on McDaniel as a coach because I thought like the second half they really like let some stuff get away from them schematically. And at the start of this game, people were blaming Tua and the defense. I was like, we're getting whipped on all three assets of football. Like I was out on McDaniel's at halftime almost. Like I was that close to be out. And then they made great adjustments. I don't know if he took a line of coke at halftime or what, but he came out, and I think we might actually have a coach now. So that's I'm excited. And
oh man,
the offensive line kept Tua clean, and if they could keep Tua clean, I think we're gonna have a good season. Like I literally do. Like if they keep him clean versus Buffalo, that's my litmus test. Like if they keep him clean versus Buffalo, I think we're deep playoff contenders.
First of all, fucking Scummy with the Tua aid and puts the quotes "weirdos get thirsty too." It's fucking hilarious, bro. And Josh Allen is still trying to get Ali to take the L. He says Ali, the politician he is, take the L, Ali. Ali, what do you have on your thing right now? I gotta see it. What is it?
Josh Allen, the bitch that he is.
He says the bitch that he is, bro. That was fucking hilarious.
Tua's gonna make him pay, dude. He's gonna make him humble.
Fucking hilarious.
Josh Allen, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm never taking an L, and your daddy's coming to take you out next Sunday. You'll see.
The bitch that he is.
Damn.
Talked on him hard as fuck.
Man.
Oh man, Roberto,
You
thank
can
you for
take
the
that
final
and shove
thoughts,
it up
man.
your ass.
We'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Later, bro. Trey, you were at the game, man. Go ahead and give us some final thoughts. I'm sure you're
Before you do,
bushwhacked.
Trey, I just want you to know, you and I share something in common.
Underwear?
We have both seen Tyreek Hill catch a touchdown pass in somebody else's stadium.
For sure, man. For sure. It was a hell of a day, fellas. It was a hell of a day, man. Like I said, I've been through all the emotions that a fan can feel today.
Oh my God!
So,
I can't imagine being there.
Yep.
Holy cow, bro.
Yo, it
I
was
don't even know how the fuck. Are you just coming
Crazy.
down from the jitters, crypto, Trey? Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
man.
the adrenaline.
That
was a hell of a
ride.
You guys take off work tomorrow? You guys take off work tomorrow and shit? Because you might.
Yeah, I'm off every Monday.
I gotta talk my shit.
Yeah, Mondays are my day off.
Oh yeah, I hear that, Trey. You got to go there. What up, bitches? Where were you all there? I know what time it is.
I don't know.
And you live over there. You're in Baltimore country, Trey?
Yeah, I'm like 4 hours away, man.
Fuck, bro.
And I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but somebody like that works in Baltimore was like, they're going into work tomorrow walking like Conor McGregor.
Oh man, that was fucking funny.
That's right. El Capitan is a pimp.
That's
Thank you
right.
for the respect.
Yeah, Trey,
listen,
we got
I be pimping that hoe.
for the MetLife game.
I'm gonna be pimping that hoe on Ali's screen here real soon too.
I mean, I
got to give you my information.
The man's wearing the colors of the guy we just destroyed.
I'm gonna be strolling around afterwards, just like this.
I sip my soda that I'm sure somebody spit in. I just would like to say to all of you, kiss my ass, you rotten mother.
Damn. Man, I got booed on the way to the stadium wearing my tour jersey, man.
No shit, bro. Fucking
my
wore
girl-
that bitch.
My girl had on Waddle. I had on tour, man. They booed me, dog.
No shit, dog. Well, look,
Damn.
who's laughing now? Who
I had
laughing
I had a
now?
throwback Jarvis Landry jersey on.
Yeah,
That's
man.
By
fucking
the way,
awesome.
last
Jarvis
week,
Landry jersey.
I want to share
All
something.
right, Trey. See you, buddy.
Take it easy, Trey.
Later,
Last
brother.
week
Take it easy, Trey.
at the tailgate at the at Stephen D's spot, right next to them was a tent that like a couple other guys we all know were under it too, and one of them was Gordito, right, and he's sitting there on the chair like kind of lounging, right. And I go over to him, say hi, shake hands, whatever. A couple other people were there too. We have a big meet and greet. My mom was really like cooking in the sun, so they had an open seat. And I asked them to, I said, hey, can she just sit here with you guys? This is my mom, blah, blah, blah. So they all, I like left her with them, and they all kind of like, corrupted my mom. You know how guys are at a tailgate with, and all that. Anyway, but before I walked away, and when I was, greeting Gordito, he kind of like pulls me close, and he's like a mob don. He's like, you don't have a jersey. You don't have a Tua jersey. I'm like, now this was his voice, but I'm using the mob boss voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
He's
We're putting
like,
inflection
you
on
don't
it.
have a Tua jersey. What size do you wear? You're gonna have one next time I see you.
What, you getting them off a truck somewhere or some shit? Hell yeah, the Miami hookup.
You're not rolling with us into this stadium without a Tua jersey on. You know what I mean?
Whatever, fuck, dude.
It's like, hey, I'll take it. Whatever.
Color, I'm buying that salute to service one. I'm not kidding either.
That salute to service one's fire as fuck. Go ahead, Crypto. Give us your final thoughts. I'm sure you're bushwhacked as well.
Oh man, it was great. First Dolphins away game, road game. To see it up close and personal from the rafters, it was awesome. Perfect view, man. It's like this stadium, man. Every seat is a perfect seat. It was awesome. The experience, the fan experience. We was up there. I told Stephen D, no matter what, after the third quarter, I said, I'm still gonna do your show with you tomorrow. Come hell or high water. And then it was a whole nother animal, after that fourth quarter started. I was like, okay, Stephen D, we got your 40 burger for you.
Oh my God, bro. What a layout, man. I mean, you can't ask for any better, bro. Can't ask for any better.
And yes, Crypto, you also are somebody that shares seeing a Tyreek touchdown in somebody else's stadium.
Yep. Big time. And Waddle pulled through from me again. He pulled like clockwork.
Yeah, Waddle had some drops today, but he didn't let it get in his head, and Tua didn't allow it to get in his head either, and he still threw at him, and look how he ended up on the day. What do you have, 171 yards on 11 catches? 171 yards for 2 touchdowns. 192, I think Tyreek Hill had, or 190, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
360 between the two. Between them two alone. Them two alone had 360.
That's some fucking stats right there. All right, Crypto, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yep.
Get some rest, man.
Yep.
Lewis, can you believe it, bud?
Bro, this is what we've all been asking for and wanting. Like
pleading for.
Bro, it's just Tua won this game. Again, I always keep that same energy. Like when people used to argue with us, bro, I don't give a fuck about no running backs. I don't give a fuck about no offensive line or the head coach not believing. Bro, grab your fucking nuts and go win a fucking game. And that's what Tua did today.
He fucking did, bro.
It wasn't.
It wasn't like a game that didn't get out of control and we got out and lead and kept a lead. It wasn't a game where it was caught back and forth and the defense got a turnover or scored a touchdown and we edged out and ran the clock out and won a game. No, we were down. We were out. We had no business being in that game in the third and fourth quarter, and we fucking rose back, not for respect, but for the win. This is the type of shit that makes champions, bro. This is championship shit, bro. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. We need this, bro. We needed this.
Well, and not only that, Cap, I want to give you credit because one thing that I heard you say today, and I agree with, that look I've never seen in Tua's eyes when he took that helmet off on the sideline walking around. He just looked like a man that was fucking possessed.
He looked possessed.
Yeah, absolutely, Cap. I agree 100%. We've never seen that before. So, again, for all the Tua guys you got today, you can have it. And I think Tua is also changing some narratives. And again, I'm not asking for 600 or 6 touchdowns and almost 500 yards every fucking game. but be consistent, make the plays that are available to you, and just, again, lead this team. Because today wasn't no running backs, wasn't no receivers, wasn't Tua Tagovailoa led the Miami Dolphins. He was the reason we won. And that's all. That's all I
No
want.
one ain't gonna tell me fucking
100,
different.
bro.
He won this game the
That's
way
all I've
we
ever
had
said.
begged and pleaded for, and he did it. And listen,
Be the
it
fucking reason.
This kind
Be
of
the fucking
performance
reason. Yep.
could have came against a team, and we could have seen it and been like, "That was it. That was a great performance." But the team it came against, in the environment, in the way it came, was even all that more of the elevation, bro. I mean, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing.
100%. Listen, Tua, I think, is starting, and maybe it was confidence, maybe it was injuries or whatever, but I think putting that C on his chest probably helped him. You know, Tyreek is obviously helping him. We already know what Jalen Waddle's about. You know, maybe this kid is turning the corner. It was just good to see today that, again, Tua Tagovailoa led us. He was the reason the Miami Dolphins won.
That's right. He won that football game, bro, and I can't ask. I mean, it's amazing, Lou.
Look, and at the end of the
there'll
day,
be more to believe in when he does it again this week against Buffalo.
absolutely.
That's
We'll
it,
see.
bro.
And you see, for the people that because I think all of us probably up here has been labeled a Tua hater at some point. Bro, I'm like looking back, and hearing everybody and just the praise that he's getting today. I'm actually happy for the kid. Like, he
fucking
deserves
elated,
a day
bro.
like this.
Well, Lewis, hold on just a second.
Fucking
That wasn't no
beard.
kid out there.
That was a man game today.
That was a fucking man out there today,
I
bro.
agree.
He was the
You don't
man.
need to be- you know
He
what,
took
guys?
that helmet off, and there might as well have been fucking fire coming off his hair, bro. He was literally on fucking. I got goosebumps
Look,
just
I
talking.
ain't
He literally
trying to
was
sound
something else.
optimistic or old fashioned or anything.
Fuck,
But Tua
Coach
don't
Color
need to
fucking
be
it
hearing
up.
from his old lady tonight. He don't need to be hearing from anybody tonight. He needs to be going and taking his beer wherever he wants to take it.
I think Tua's gonna go home, fly home, go to his old lady, play with his dogs, and do his thing, because that's how he is. But I don't give a fuck. All that fucking fire party shit comes out on the field with him on his hair on fire. I like that too.
Hey,
Give me
and you
some
know
of
what?
that.
Hey, I mean, Tua, if you want to come on the show, we're nice.
Yeah, you can holler
come
at me,
on and
buddy.
Be like, I told you, motherfucker. Right
Hey,
in my
listen,
face.
I wish I'll I'll take a verbal beating like you wouldn't believe. But at the
That's
same
the
time,
only
dude,
person.
I don't
the
take
only
nothing laying
person
down. Just
that
to
I'll
be
give that
real.
honor to.
Just to be real, dog. I ain't gonna take nothing laying down. Just letting that down. Dog.
Right,
Don't
well,
think
I'm
I won't
just saying,
fight back.
when
Don't
it
think
comes
I
to all
won't
these
fight back,
people-
dog.
No, but when it comes
Don't
to all
think I
these
won't fight
people talking about receipts, it's like, no, Tua, come up and give me what's coming. Give me.
This
my
ain't
medicine.
Walmart, bro. You don't get no store credit around here for your garbage ass receipts. Fuck out of here with your receipts,
I
bro.
fully invite Tua to come up here and give me my medicine.
Lewis, we'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Hey, you guys have a good night.
Lewis,
Later,
man.
bro.
Have a good night.
Listen, I'm still laughing about Ali saying the bitch and shit. That was fucking hilarious, bro.
Oh,
fucking
Chef
Josh
Drew,
Allen,
man.
the bitch he is. That
Last
was
I'm keeping this all week long through Sunday, bro, because that's what he is to me. And
that shit was
Mr.
so funny.
You
Mo
know,
Ali.
I'm
No,
glad
no,
we
no.
got
Hold
a
on,
chance
hold on.
to say hi to Chef Drew before it's all said and done
Oh
today,
yeah,
guys.
what's
Just
up,
saying.
Chef Jew?
What's up,
Fins
Chef?
up, bro. Mo Ali's up here in the chat saying that he's promising El Capitan that we're not gonna win another game this year. Let me tell
Holy
you, bro.
fuck, Mo.
Let me
You know what?
tell
You know what, Ali?
right?
You know what, Ali? You know how easy
That's
it
some
is.
good
to
trolling,
laugh
bro.
at
Good
that
job,
now?
Mo.
Good.
It's so easy to laugh at that now.
Yeah. I would have laughed at it no
I
matter
thank
what.
you for
Not
that.
another game all year. Come on, bro. This ain't the freaking Jets over here. Wake up. Wrong thing. Go ahead, Ali, with some final thoughts.
My final thoughts are this. Tua finally answered the call that we've been asking for since day one when he came into the league. And he finally showed us why he was drafted 5th overall and what he can do, right? And I will gladly say that I was wrong and I will eat crow. I just needed to see it to become a full believer. That's the truth behind it. Now the next step is taking it into the second and third game. I don't expect him to take every single game in the season on his back and do the same thing, but I want to see it more often that I know he can do it if needed to be. That's all
Right.
that it is for us. And
Champions only do it 2 or 3 times a season,
Mhm.
but they have to be able to do it.
So now that we're in this next week and we're focusing on to next Sunday, my attention now is the Buffalo Bills. They're already afraid. They're already looking at it. Shit, our time is numbered as the only team in the AFC East with a true franchise quarterback is numbered because Miami Dolphins are here. They have the team. They have the quarterback, and he has landed. And let me tell you, we're coming. And we're coming.
Don't worry, guys. It's going to be all right. I know Buffalo Bills fans. I see you, Mo. Listen, is Allen more proven than Tua? Yes. But is Tua given every reason to have better faith in him? Absolutely. After today, he deserves it. And honestly, even Tua playing the game he played week 1, I believe this football team can beat the Bills. Tua plays like 100%. He did in week 2, you got no fucking shot. You ain't got no shot. You got no shot.
Dude, if Tua does the same thing, like let's say that scenario plays out again and does the same thing to the Bills, I'm going to say it right now. Tua just took his hand, licked it.
Do you know how loud it's going to be in the stadium next week? Do you know how loud it's going to be in that stadium? Bills coming on a short week to Miami. You're in trouble.
Here's what Buffalo fans should be scared about. Remember that reality is always somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take our offensive performance last week plus our offensive performance this week and go somewhere in the middle of that, it kicks you all's ass, and you know it.
It's not going to be good for you guys. And coming on a short week on Monday Night Football to Miami, hot. Just wait.
One other thing.
The shit talk has begun.
I'll make this part of my final take. It was Danny Marino that said it. What did he say? Damn, I forgot what it was, but it was like
I seen it. Hold on, I'll find it right here. Y'all acting like we won the Super Bowl or like we won the Super Bowl today.
Right. And here's the thing, and I've already said this today. Make no mistake that when we tomorrow's a different story. We gotta we still got plenty of work to do.
I got film to look at too. I didn't like a lot what I seen in that first half.
Tua has made me a believer, finally, but only in one thing, that he has the ability to do what he did today. Now, I want him to make me a believer that he can do it again. And his first opportunity is next Sunday at Hard Rock.
Finish up, Ali.
That was pretty much it, man. I'm focusing on this next game, and you know what? I'm confident. I'm positive we can. We're gonna win next Sunday. I'm not worried.
I can't wait to watch the piss poor performance from the Bills tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. If we're down by 7 at halftime,
I'll be in the back.
You think we're scared?
No, there's no doubt in my mind. Color again. When I talked about worried about the Bills, I said I need to see what we put on film. I was really leaning on the run game, and the run game did decent enough.
Exactly.
But holy fuck, bro, we seen Tua straight come out like a rocket ship. And again, to your point, Color, somewhere in the middle, being a great performance to what we usually get out of him. Somewhere in that middle fucks you guys up. Like Color said, he's right on the money. You have no idea. And remember this, the defense in the first half had some problems. They did. And this defense typically ain't. Listen.
And look, Chef Jew's making the same point in a different way. We ain't scared of Buffalo. We all got your number now. So what if they're 7-1 against us, but y'all time is coming to an end? He's saying the same thing. Just like today was regression to the mean because we were 0-4 in Baltimore, and now we're 1-4. Likewise, we're 1-7 against Buffalo.
O-line was good.
Regression to the mean.
O-line was good today. No one was without their mistakes, but I saw a team that persevered, didn't quit. Excellent quarterback play, excellent play calling from all coaches in that second half, and a team that anyone would struggle against. And I'm sorry, a lot of teams don't come back and win from when they're down that much with that kind of performance that they were putting with their quarterback.
Yep.
It is what it is. Yep. I'm sorry. The only thing I can equate it to as far as swings go is kind of when the Patriots fucking came back out of there and beat them in the Super Bowl. That kind of Yes, the narrative very well how the media will write it is not how the Dolphins came back and won it, but how the Baltimore Ravens came back and lost. And that's okay. And Bills fan, take that to the bank. Please do. Continue to look through us, because you'll be looking through us and find yourself on the other side, third in the division. Maybe even last in the division. Ooh, I know. I'm just saying.
And also, Chef Jew, yes, I will be at the game personally, and I look forward to meeting you again. The one thing about that, though, too, is Josh Allen has never played at Hard Rock with me in attendance.
Ooh, Color with the whammy coming. Color with the big whammy coming in there right now. Not only is he sitting with the big whammy, he's going to bring the big whammy. What? We'll see you guys later. Fins up, everybody. Final thoughts out of here. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. See you guys tomorrow.